And there we are. Here we are. We are ready to play. Okay, so the lady is abed. The guests have been filed away to various torture or pleasure chambers, depending upon performance. The toys have been put away and it's time for a bun to play, or in this case, it is time for a bun to run, so that others may play. We are here to play some Cyberpunk Red. This is Cyberpunk Red, A Pound of Flesh and Steel, Geek Squad, Season 3, Episode 1, titled A Red Cap. For those of you who were there for the episode 0, the title of that one was A Red Balloon. Seems to be a theme. Anyway. We are going to go ahead and bring all of you lovely folks into this room. 1 second, and then we're going to start talking to you and find out where your head's at, and so on as, Actually, first things first, I'm going to have Nyx explain to the group what she may want from them.
Oh God.
Is it being summoned?
Do I remember what was wanted of me?
We'll get into that. By the way, we are playing Cyberpunk Red. We are utilizing the Tailspire, which does not really do rules great, but what it does fantastic is it creates these lovely three-dimensional images that we can then bring our characters in, and I'm going to start dropping some of these characters now.
Okay, I was about to say...
I gotta click to accept this from Goth Gamer Goblin.
Ah, yeah, that was me.
Allow.
Is you.
Off. Go back to Twitch. You've made this so much more complicated, and yet it's perfect.
You're welcome.
It's perfect for me to have a panic attack, because I'm a bun.
Oh, that's a movie. Okay. Franny, I just had to check to see if I had any resin where I was keeping it just in case. I was like, do I? Nope, I'm good. Okay.
Alright. Okay. But anyway, so we are working on Tailspire, and we are utilizing figures. Some of these figures are part of the Tailspire library, but a lot of these figures were actually made on Hero Forge. And we have paid the little price that you have to pay so that we can take these and play with our actual characters in the game. So there's Lunar. There's Lupa. You're all facing the wrong way, so I'll point you towards us. Lunar, Lupa, Nyx. These are our players. We will get to where their head is at in just 1 second. There's actually something that they need to do first. And
That's a scary thing to say.
where's Sedusa? There's Sedusa. And there's Sedusa. Jumped on the table. You should be able to move your characters now. Or in the case of Lunar, moving a lot of the characters who can't actually move their own character.
Harris, do I need to move your character, or are you good?
Yeah, you're gonna have to move me today.
Okay.
He's in
Thank you.
shock.
Here, let me go ahead and turn off your lights, because we don't need this much light.
Why?
in
I
here.
think I need to check my controls on Tailspire.
Was it not letting you control her?
No, I
Is that
can
you?
move them. It's just when I click it, all it's letting me do is move it up and down.
Weird.
There's no waggle.
There's no waggle?
Tailspire just updated.
There's the wiggle. Oh yes, you need to update your Tailspire. I should have said that, but then again,
Oh, I did.
Oh, it's true.
it's true. It's true. True love. Now let's see if a certain new character has popped up. Because we are waiting for them to be available. Unfortunately, it looks like they have not. So, at least for the moment, the character known as Ripper will be played by Big Bad. Why not?
Can you imagine if you had thrown Trevor in there? I'd have screamed.
Okay, well,
Be
so...
like, no,
first-
my ex-husband!
Alright, first things first. Because we do want to sort of, like, usually we would go to each character, have you introduce yourselves, tell us where your head's at. But, first things first, I want to make sure that you have made a couple of inquiries that you need to, Nyx, because you're going to have to ask your party if they will join you for this. So you and Big Bad, who is actually Ripper in this case, are going to be having a conversation. The rest of you can wander about. You are in what is known as the Purple Paradise. At one time it was called the Purple Kitty. And, yeah. It is past closing time. Everything is sort of like shut down for the night. The lady, Tabitha, has left the lights on because she happens to know you're all having a meeting here. For those of you who don't know, they have rescued this nightclub out in their junkyard. And because of that, they actually have a home underneath this thing. There's like a massive complex, which we are not going to get into because just don't have time. So all of you, wander about, walk around, do whatever it is that you're going to be doing. And then we will have a little conversation between Ripper and Nyx. So let's, we will go to each character and find out just like what you're doing real quick. Lunar.
Hello.
Tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what are you going to be doing?
I am Lucid Jester, the neighborhood figment imagination. I am playing Lunar, the also at this point kind of figment imagination moth netrunner. Yes, fun is making me wiggle. I am here. Honestly, Lunar's just like, okay, things are happening. It is time to go into serious mode because things are not okay. So there's still an aloofness to them, but it's very just. It's like when you need to get serious in a video game, where it's like time to lock down, time to focus in, and that's kind of the mindset they're in right now.
But that is interesting from your perspective because this is after last season. You have finished dealing with the lab and all of that. You have a new bunny that is an information bunny, and you've had some conversations and done some downtime and all that. But yeah, you have been called in here for a meeting, and Nyx is the one who called and has been a little cryptic about it. So,
which is also part of the seriousness of it.
Yes, and you do also remember last time, before the downtime, that Nyx had a little bad moment.
Yes.
Dealing with some sort of resurgence of her memory and some pain in her back. We will get to later. But anyway, so what are you doing while you're in here? You do notice that you've never seen this before, but there's a cage, like a cage match, in the center. Usually this is where the dancers are. So apparently it was fight night.
No bad.
They're since Nyx is the one who called, like, they're probably gonna look for her to go sit by her.
Well, you see that Nyx is over to the side near the sort of the primary bar, and is having a conversation with a individual that you only know as Ripper. Ripper is a tall drink of water. Now he's not Big Bad tall, but he is a tall drink of water. Very sort of, well, you'll see him soon as soon as the Hero Force thing works out. But basically, if you were to think of a Peaky Blinder, but give him the whole, what is the brother's name in Peaky Blinders? The older brother. Cannot remember his name. But basically just sort of like an Irish old man who not old, but he's in that daddy range.
Yeah.
Who has a certain seriousness about him. He's the sort of person that, he could charm the pants off of you, but also scare you while those pants are gone. So.
Honestly, I don't think Lunar really gets scared. So.
Well, from your perspective, because of the way your mind works and sees everything as a video game, you see him as a sub-boss.
Yeah.
So he would
Not
definitely.
really scared, just more serious.
Yeah, you would have to use resources to take him down. Okay. So that is Lunar. Let us go. Lupa is not here yet, but they will be soon. Let's go to Whiteout. Whiteout, tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what are you thinking as you're walking into this club? Which, I'm going to turn that light down because it's too intense. I will say, the fact that these guys can just wander into this club is still, like, it hasn't fully settled with you yet. Because this is like the club in the junkyard. This is where everybody goes. And these people have the lock on it, apparently, and can just come in at night when nobody's around.
Hello everyone. I am Whiteout, playing Whiteout. And as for where my headspace is, fair bit of awe, but also thinking there's probably a job happening of some kind, because everyone's here and everyone else is fairly serious.
Yeah, you do get that vibe from everyone. And you got a message. You got a message on your internal agent from Nyx that said, what did the message say to everybody, Nyx, when you told them to gather here?
Oh boy. Probably something along the lines of, meet me at the Purple Club. We just got a class assignment.
Okay. So that is what you heard. Yes, Angus. This is a bear. The thing is, all of these characters are individuals who have gone to what is known as the Pound. If you're familiar with Cyberpunk Red has something called an exotic. An exotic is basically the names of people who take, they get surgery and cybernetics to make them look like their dreams. This is where all the furries turn themselves into cat girls, and bears you can be a bear, you can be a vampire if you want, you can be a goblin, you can pretty much be whatever it is that you want as long as you got the cash and the flash. Generally, to do that, you go to a place called the Zoo, which is run by Biotechnica. It's a month-long, practically a spa. They do the surgery, and then they help you. They help you really sort of grasp your new life. And by the time you're done with your month, where you've been treated just wonderfully and had all the, just all of your whims taken care of, it functions as therapy. So all of the various cybernetics that they put in, which normally would cost a lot of empathy, a lot of humanity, you have the least amount of humanity loss possible. So you're really only paying for just the base amount of your cybernetics. Now, if you don't have money, if you don't have the cash, if you don't have the flash, if you have enemies, if you're trying to escape, you can go, not to the Zoo, but you can go to a place called the Pound. The Pound will do the exact same thing to you. They will set you up. They will make you a bear if you want to be a bear. They'll make you a demoness, a succubus if you want to be a succubus. Whatever it is that you're into. Somebody is working with a drill. That's nice. Anyway.
Sorry. I'm just sitting here listening, and then I start playing with the frogs. I'm sorry. I forgot I was muted.
Okay, so anyway.
You're good.
So anyway, the Pound will do the same thing for you. The Pound is not a spa. And the process that they use is strange. First of all, they put a special internal agent inside of you, which the players have found out is much more intense than they thought it was. Specifically the AI. Let's just say the AI is borderline something that Netwatch would really be interested in if they found out about it. The other thing is that it robs you of your memories. So you go to this place, you get all of, the cool stuff, and then you wake up not knowing who you are. You're now a bear, and somebody tells you, no, seriously, you wanted this. We did this to you by request. But the cool thing is you didn't have to pay for it. You just have to take a loan out and get in debt. And then you pay off that debt by doing wet work for the pound. So everyone here is an exotic who is paying off a massive, massive debt to live in the body of their dreams, or at least so they were told, with almost no memory of who they once were. But surely, after a few missions and all that, it'll be very easy to pay off that debt. Nix, how much is your debt right now?
Over 13,000.
Yes. So, yes.
To be fair, I have an affinity for fancy toys.
Yes, including 2 cyber wolves.
I like it when my toys are alive.
The other thing that the pound does is that it assigns you grades based on how bad your debt is. And depending on how bad your debt is, they take funds from you automatically to pay off some of it. If you're B class, then you get to decide when you're going to pay off your debt. If you're C class, they take half of whatever it is you earn and pay it off on your debt. If you're D class, they take everything and pay it off on your debt. And if you're F class, you don't want to be F class. And F class would be, like, you'd be threatening to get close to F class right around, I don't know, maybe 13,000 or so? So, yeah. Okay. Having said all that, now we've got all the background, exposition in, totally dumped. Anything else you had to say, Whiteout? Like, what are you doing? Other than thinking about how much of a debt you have.
Oh, don't get me started on that. Probably looking at the cage.
Okay.
Like, just thinking about just being in a bar, basically bar fighting.
You see, the cage is kind of interesting. There's definitely places for, like, real hardcore fighting, but there's also, like, areas that's like, is that a child's swimming pool filled with jello? Okay. That kind of thing. It's like somebody was taking, sort of the naughtier side of wrestling and cage fighting and then made it intense. So. Blood was probably shed in this arena, but so were pants. Alright. And having said that, let's go to Sedusa. Sedusa, tell us, who are you? Who are you playing? Where's your head at? And what are you going to be doing while Nyx is having her conversation with Ripper?
Hello, I am Sedusa, playing Sedusa. I am the resident medic snake woman who's trying her best to live her best life with this newfound family. More or less. And more often than not, getting us into the most amount of trouble. Not really trying to, just keeps happening.
What's family for?
What is family for, truly?
Hey, it's not your fault.
My head right now is kind of in a mix. I'm thinking about what it is that I had promised to do in order to pay off my debt, and sort of like the computer in my head, Holmes, because I have these 5 eyes that each turns out have their own AI personalities. Mm-hmm. Holmes is a supercomputer, and I am using him and Watson right now to sort of plan out a new area for our living quarters. But also, I remember the last time we had a conversation here in the bar that involved Nyx, how poorly I acted, and then when she said, hey, we have an assignment. So I'm trying to not be super divided, but I clearly am, like, looking over at Nyx like, oh, I should probably see what's this about. It's like, no, we're going to have to put the wall over there. You got to move that bed. We'll need to put in a nice place where they can walk. Oh, a little garden area would probably be good for her. Probably in that 7th month. Yeah, she'll need a place to walk around. Got to keep up that exercise. And I think I'm just sort of like wandering aimlessly around Maybe I'm at this point standing in front of the fighting cage, looking at the kiddie pool like, well, they won't need that for a few years, though.
Okay.
We could probably use it. We could clean it out. It'd be useful. You know what? Watering. We could do something with that.
Okay. I will say, this is not the area that's your area. This is Lady Tabitha's area. This is her bar. Your area is underneath this and the thing. But because you
We're
do
just
have
seeing what I have available.
yes, but because you do have access to these AIs that are attached to your head and to your brain, as you have recently discovered, they are capable of projecting inside your mind an image of the underneath, and you are kind of like playing around with it in your mind, like, you know, like a little hologram, and sort of creating different areas. And it's like, okay, well, we can put this over here and this over here. So you are working on the headquarters, but you're also kind of like wandering around, and your head's in multiple places, which is, now that you've kind of accepted the fact that each of these eye stalks is its own personality, you find it's much easier to have multiple thoughts running at the same time. You're sort of really kind of embracing them a little bit. Alright. Let's see. Again, Lupa's not here yet. We don't even know if Lupa's going to show up. But hopefully. But while we're waiting, we got ourselves a little goblin to talk to. Franny, tell us who you are, who you're playing, where your head's at, and what you doing.
Hi, my name is Goth Gamer Goblin. You can call me Franny. In this game, I play Sprocket. I am the tech. I get up to a lot of shenanigans. I'm wiggling. I get up to a lot of shenanigans. Mostly, I do the thing where I help install shit into my friends with the help of Sedusa. So I know that we, for instance, at the end of last season, picked up like muscle and bone graft. So I upgraded them and I helped install them into, I helped install Lupas. I can't very well install it on myself. As far as where my head's at, I'm very intrigued as to why the fuck there's a fighting cage. And that is exactly what Sprocket assumes it is. It's like, oh, cage match. Got it. Why was I not invited? I wanted to be here for that. So basically, yeah, that is what's going on. As far as the meeting goes, Sprocket isn't too concerned, specifically because, found family is found family, and Sprocket's been willing to die for them for a long motherfucking time, so they're ready.
Roll concentration for me.
Oh, okay. I triggered a die roll. Got it.
Bum ba bum bum ba bum ba bum ba bum.
How
Fuck
dare
me,
you
that
have-
roll that landed a 1. God.
Okay. Roll it again.
Okay. That's an 8.
Okay. This is actually a good thing. I will say this.
Oh, thank fuck.
Sedusa, you notice this, just sort of being the med tech of the group. Sprocket is so sort of like into, you know, what's going on with this cage match and getting ready for everything that's going on and kind of enjoying this moment of found family. It is the first time since she found out the information that she has not mentioned, pined, or looked like she was obsessing over the fact of what she found out about Malcolm having had their parents turned into vermin. For some reason, she's finally, like, it has been, like, there's a part of you, because you've been her therapist or some of this, there's a part of you that's like, okay, no, that's good. In fact, I'll go so far, roll a d6. Franny?
And here, I should do this over here. That's a 4.
Okay. Up to your your minimum humanity loss, you can gain 2 humanity back. Basically, nature.
Shit, I'll take it.
Yeah, nature is healing a little bit. it's still weighing on your mind. It's still weighing on your mind, but you've gone from that point of I can't believe he did that. I can't believe this monster. I can't believe that he's actually my brother. I can't believe all of that. And you're kind of now more focused on, well, I guess he just got to die. Kind of. So
I'm so ready to murder that man. Oh, I'm ready to murder him.
there you go. All right. Well, move your character wherever your character is at the moment.
We just have everyone around the cage.
Yeah, I mean, it's something new. By the way, the reason why there's a cage match here is actually there's no plot point to it. I use this as a background for that Cyberpunk Red one-shot that I did for Pride Month. So.
Oh, that works.
Because we had a whole little arena kind of thing going on. All right. Unfortunately,
Nice.
Ripper has not showed up, which is fine. So we're gonna go ahead and make sure Ripper, yeah, and have this conversation. Well, first and foremost, before we have the conversation, Nix, who are you? Where's your head at?
Oh, my head's all
Real close.
my head's all sorts of fucked right now. Nyx is having some PTSD. She's drowning in debt, and now she's being told where to go. The only thing that's a bright side for her right now is that where she's being told to go has to do with the fuckers who gave her PTSD. So, she keeps flexing her hands around anything she has, whether it's against the bar, against a glass in her hand, all of those claws just clinking against those. Doing her best to be a good kitty and not scratch up the entire place. But her ears on a swivel, watching her back, and just waiting to dig into some fucking red-nosed flesh.
Ripper is over here again right now, being played by Big Bad. He's kind of quiet. He's kind of watching you. He's got a unlit cigarette of some sort, just kind of like it's doing that thing where it's floating on his lip, and it's not gonna move until he's ready for it.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of like looks at you, kind of nods to himself for a little bit, and lights it. All right. Listen, darling. The reason I haven't been, I haven't given some of this information to you before is because I was told not to. They told me. By the way, every now and then you're going to hear me try to slip into a Irish or Scottish accent, and it's going to be truly terrible. And I apologize to anyone in the UK who hears me try. So I'm not going to try too often, but I will say Ripper has a very thick accent. When he gets in this mode, he is in that mode where he is talking like he's slipping in and out of Gaelic. Half of his stuff, if it wasn't for the fact that you're so used to the way he talks, you would be losing him multiple times. So he's sort of like going in and out of that. They told me I'd break your brain, darling. And I needed to wait till you were stronger. And it turns out you're about ready. So, two options. I can tell you everything that I know right now, and you can try and process it. Or we can go. Do what it is that you got to do. And you can find out some of this for yourself. I've been told that might be easier on your noggin. But any questions you got, you can go ahead and ask right now.
Oh, I think I know enough about some things. But tell me, Ripper,
He like cocks an eyebrow. I'll tell you what.
You said you all looked for me. Is that true?
I did. I had to put a blade toward more throats than I thought I would before I actually found out where you ended up. You, It looks like he doesn't want to say what he's about to say. No,
Sorry.
No judgment.
Damn soda.
No judgment. She kind of ran. And honestly, given what happened, it was probably the right thing to do. I just wish you had left a forwarding address because, again, a lot of throats, a lot of money. And then, once I found out exactly where you were, which, again, not easy, even more money to arrange for me to come over here. By the way, I don't know where the here is. In case you're wondering. I could not pick us out on a map, though I'm pretty sure we're somewhere in what used to be Washington State, or close to it. That's about as near as I can get. Nowhere near Night City.
How far away is the city?
I wouldn't want to walk.
That's why we have that wolf.
Well, the trip by their mystery machines, if I remember correctly, is about 6 hours, but some of that is spent spinning their wheels a little bit so that nobody can guess exactly which direction they're going or where they are. They don't want anybody from Night City figuring out where you guys are, and they don't want you guys figuring out where Night City is, or really where the edge of the junkyard is.
Fair.
Yeah. I mean, to the outside world, they don't know what a vermin is. Hell, I didn't know what a vermin was till I stepped here. Jesus Christ. Actually, he says, he goes to say that, and then he bites his tongue, because he is a good Catholic.
Yeah. No,
so it's more Mary, he swears by Mary and Joseph.
Well, the upgrades have only made me harder to track and find. But they're nice in a way.
Oh yeah, no, you're definitely more than you were. Again, that's why I think you're ready for this.
I'll make up for running away. But I guess 2 more lamb chop. Ripper. When we met up for the first time, felt like you were deferring to me. You're the real boss?
Oh no. I'm a friend of your dad. Your dad was the boss.
She kind of... Oh, jeez. I'm gonna roll 50. Okay, yeah. The glass in her hand cracks a bit.
Yep.
What?
Actually, roll concentration.
All right.
We're gonna see if any sort of memory pops up from this.
Well, let's see. Adobe, you can suck a fat one. 19.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you then. Do you want the memory, or are you trying to not have a actual visceral reaction?
No, she would want this memory. She doesn't want people to tell her, but if something's gonna come across her, she's gonna chase it down.
Okay. You are suddenly somewhere else. You are in a place that is so much louder. There's so many more colors. There's so many more people. it makes your life since you have woken up in the pound seem as though like this is like a summer camp. Go ahead.
Hey, Bun. Culture Nerd says that he can't hear. Or it looks like he says it looks like it might be a typo, but make sure that that your chat can hear everything.
Can my chat hear everything? I think what Culture Nerd was saying that they were playing a Cyberpunk, and they were.
I saw that. I saw that. I just wanted to make sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. Can I be heard? Can you hear the button?
Can
Nope.
we be heard?
Yeah. Can anybody be heard? Oh, Culture Nerd says that they can hear us.
Does anybody really know what time it is?
I think our chat is just being really quiet. Okay.
I can speak louder if that helps.
No, our chat. They're being really quiet.
Oh.
I like to think it's
okay,
because they're
okay.
so engrossed in the story. Anyway.
I mean, you can talk louder. I don't think anyone here would.
I
complain.
genuinely think it's because they're engrossed in the story. Genuinely, because this story has a lot of moving parts. So I don't think it's that. I think that they're just like, oh, what the fuck is going on? Type shit.
Okay.
Sorry.
Culture, you really haven't missed too much other than the fact that Nyx is in serious debt and has been hired to do a mission to deal with that debt, and the person who hired her is Ripper, who was actually one of her gang members from her little clubhouse.
Real quick, speaking of that, did you remember that 400 Nyx?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
Remember, you got that back.
Yes, so that took my debt from being, if I consult my notes here, oh, did I put it in those notes? Yes, that took me from 13,910 to 13,510. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
You almost have enough to buy. Your debt is almost high enough to buy an FBC. Way to go.
Jesus fucking Christ.
But yeah, so you flash in a memory, and you are absolutely surrounded. You are surrounded by people. You are surrounded by noises. You are surrounded by, like, the smells of this place. The best way to call it is a stew, because you've got smells that smell good. There's food out there, and smells that smell bad. There's a lot of pee out here. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of bodies. There's about a lot of life. It makes everything that you have done in the pound, it makes the pound seem like the dream, because it's so empty in comparison. And that includes out in the junkyard, when it's filled with all the little various people, or when you're inside the jail cell. There's just a overwhelming crush of people and voices. And you look up and you see this magnificently bearded individual in a greenish, sort of like a military green overcoat, and cap. Got a big beard and kind eyes, but a hard face. And he looks down to you, and you're like, this dude must be 9 feet tall. And he looks down to his daughter, and he smiles at you. And he gives a wink. And then he sort of turns, and he looks back and points. And what you see is what looks to be like a new store. It's like people are working on a store, and they're moving it in. You see a lot of different. There are a lot of. It seems to be like I wish I just knew off the top of my head a brand of a store, but it's probably a Continental brand store of some sort. They're moving things in, and they were trying to take over this little section of the combat zone, so that they can sell their goods and get the people, to come to them and spend what little money they have. Corporation, as far as your father is concerned, and you know this deep in your heart, is nothing but a tyrant in a suit. And he clicks a button, and you watch fireworks as the workers who had been working in that store are outside of the store now, surrounded by other men and women in those army green coats and those army green caps. They've all been pulled out. They've all been evacuated. It's just a building, a corporate building, and it is going up. And now, coming down. And your father sort of calls out over the thunderous explosion, and somehow or another his voice booms and cuts through the air. No corporates, no tyrants, not in our land. You got a problem, you got a need, you come to us, we will fulfill it. Together, as a community, we don't need none of their shite. None of this. And you fall back out of the memory.
My dad is based as fuck. As stupid as it sounds, when Nyx pulls out of that memory, she's kind of gonna like stroke her cheek and then like reach up and touch her own ear and be like, I guess I'm fluffy just like you now.
And you get a point of humanity back.
Oh my god.
Because that was not a bad memory. That is a core memory for you. That was when your father was a god, basically. But a god of the people. And a god who made sure that no corporation stepped foot in your territory.
Based. I am so glad I got that back.
And I will say, as you're kind of like scanning your memory, sort of like reliving that, because it felt good. You see Ripper there too, and you see him standing beside your dad and putting a hand on his shoulder. Ripper has always been more rail thin, wiry type, compared to your father, who was big and broad chested. But you see just a shared respect between these two men. And you see basically the boss and the boss's right-hand man.
Damn. Well, I don't need to ask my last question now.
So, yeah. You got any other questions?
Oh, jeez. Alright, we're gonna do evens and odds again. Fuck. Yeah, Nyx is not gonna be able to stop, like, just a couple of little tears in her eyes, and she's gonna not acknowledge them at all.
Yeah.
Just kind of like...
You notice Ripper isn't acknowledging them either. Like, they might as well not exist. He's got that look that says, it's a bad time for rain. Can't believe it got inside the building.
No, I'm good.
Well, so anyway, we're going back there to set something right. And if you don't ask, when you get there, you're going to see what's wrong. And it's not just what caused it. It's what happened after.
Just need to know enough to tell my team.
Oh.
Although, those stray puppies will probably follow me anywhere.
Listen, you got to be upfront with your team. You got to tell them that they are going up against one of the nastiest group of individuals. We might not actually see much of them, quite frankly, because there's something else that needs doing first. But if they do come up against them, darling, they're gonna need to squad up.
I trust him.
I trust your judgment. All right. You
And now, in that brief moment, Nyx is like, shit, they're 6 hours away. Do I bring Sin or the dogs?
That is true. You have to decide. Well, here's the thing, actually, about that. When we get there, I'm gonna reach out to. This is from Ripper. When we get there, I'm gonna reach out to some of the old boys, some of the old crew. So you're gonna have backup regardless. But if you want to bring your pups along, that's up to you. I will say this. I know they're good people. They're good little doggies. Those kind of dogs aren't very common on the streets of Night City. You understand?
It's always a balance between melting into the dark and standing out.
Yeah. You would definitely stand out if you come out with two of those beasties. All right, look, I'm gonna jet because I have got to arrange my own transport, and yeah, you talk to your people, and I'll see you there.
See you there, Ripper.
He looks like he's about to say something, and then he just takes a really, really long drag on the cigarette. Like he basically extinguishes the cigarette. He just the whole thing is and just kind of like flicks the dust off.
Okay.
Nods his head.
Actually, I back up just a sec. Bun, can Nyx tell how old she was in that memory, or like approximately?
You were probably around 10 or so, give or take.
Okay. All right.
Because remember, your father was
check.
your father was a giant, kind of thing.
Yes.
And no, your father was not actually 8 feet tall. Your father was big though. Like he was probably around. It looked like he was just at like him and Ripper are about the same size, and Ripper's about like 6'5". But again, your father is 6'5" in all directions, and Ripper is 6'5" in just one direction.
I just assume, since Ripper is like, Dad's right-hand man, that he's much older than Nyx. Okay.
Yes, he is older. Like I said, he is exactly that age where even a cougar could possibly call him daddy, but he's still in that silver fox age though.
Gotcha.
Silver fox and he's still got a little bit of his red hair too.
Okay.
Let's see, has he arrived yet? Just to see if I can get a quick look at him. Nope. Sometimes it takes them a while to do this.
I keep thinking you're talking about a physical person. And I'm just like, we're not waiting for a he, we're waiting for a she.
All right, later, Denkus Angus. There will be a VOD of this put up afterwards if you want to follow the rest of the story. By the way, this is one thing I do need to mention. So, as I've been playing Cyberpunk Red, as I've been running it, we have been using Tailspire, we've been using Hero Forge. I've also been using some of the good mods that have been made by several dedicated creators for Tailspire. If you look up in my chat on the pinned, or if you look at you'll see a little link up top for a man named Scott Cross, who did some amazing work creating several of the figures that I use and a lot of the cars that I use. So by all means, check him out, especially if you're going to run anything on Tailspire. He was showing off to me some of his Bubblegum Crisis stuff, and just the anime nerd in me is like, giddy. All right. But I wanted to be sure that I gave that shout out because I want to do right by the content creators who do right by us by creating all of these fantastic things, because Tailspire is really more set up for doing fantasy, but it's because of things like this that we're able to do a Cyberpunk game in their world. I've killed him! No, I just moved him. Alright. The floor is yours, Nyx.
So because I can't move Nyx, we'll likely move
I'm here.
Nyx over to the cage where everyone is gathering.
Okay.
Here or like more over here.
Probably try and get like people like next to her. If everyone's around the cage and kind of like on opposite sides, she'd look at people through the cage and kind of like,
1 second.
nod her head and toss it back.
Actually, here. You can move yourself. There's a little button that you can basically cause the front fence to fall down. And then you can go there, and then there's a bunch of chairs, and they can stand there. Here, I'll move you there.
Okay.
And that gives you a nice elevated position where everybody's watching. Just be careful, don't fall into the jello.
I wasn't around the cage.
With my cat-like reflexes, of course I'm not.
But with delicious jello as an option, face first in might just be the answer.
It's
As long as
$200 worth of pudding.
You don't know what else is in that jello.
It's fresh. It's fresh. The night is over. They have to have this fresh for the morning.
It's $200 worth of pudding. That is a reference to a sketch comedy group that nobody here but me knows.
Can Sedusa be a
nice.
little bit closer to Nyx so that she can just sort of take a cursory glance at Nyx's hand just to make sure it's like, okay, there was glass shattering. Just gonna
We'll put you
quick
in this
check to see if there's
chair.
any blood.
She's got some pretty thick gloves.
Okay, good.
Like,
Okay, good. You gotta check.
She's got like good padded leather, like fingerless gloves.
If
That
Nyx
she
has cat
can't wait to
pads,
show off what they do. Oh my god, they should be cat pads.
there should be cat pads.
Well, especially because they're the.
I
God,
thought
what
you
is it?
had those. I swear.
Oh, I got
Is mine
what was it? I can't remember the name of it from the like the add-on book. It's the combination stun baton and like a EM gun.
Ah, cool.
You're very shocky.
There are, in fact, in the cute...
Honestly,
Cute
Oh,
list has those
there's the
cat
claws.
They're really good claws, honestly.
They could also stun.
Okay,
I think so.
go Nyx.
yes. Oh, Ripper looks so awesome.
Are you sending
He's handsome for he's handsome for a Sylvan Fox. I like him. For Ceres, I should clarify, not for Nyx. That's why I was asking about the relative age.
Well, specifically, Nyx also, like, there's... You can tell that Ripper sees you as, like, a niece.
Okay, yeah.
Very much
I wanted
so.
to I just wanted to double check and make sure that we weren't dealing with like a Elizabeth and Norrington situation. Do you catch my drift?
Yeah, no.
So
It's all good.
So Nyx looks a little bit happier. A little bit more energized. Oh, goodness gracious. I do not like being up in front of people. But I guess it falls to me this time. We got a class assignment, everyone. We're going to the city. If you'll follow me.
When do we leave?
Considering our conversation last time, is that really even a question?
Look, that little show of affection is not the most usual for me. And I don't generally expect anything in return. But it's still nice to hear. So yeah, there's some trouble going down in Night City. Some fallout from some terrors that I really, really want to sink my claws into. And from what little I know right now, the Pound wants us to take care of it.
I will
Mixing
say,
business and revenge.
Ripper
Sounds
Ripper
profitable.
hired for that. The Pound doesn't have a interest beyond the fact that they're being paid for it. Makes you wonder how much money Ripper has. Come to think of it.
Damn, and I paid for his fucking alcohol. She probably has that realization while she's up in front of everybody and just, motherfucker. And like her Gaelic comes out a little bit when she's angry.
Just thought of something?
No, someone just owes me a drink is all.
Must be an expensive drink.
Especially with what we've been going through. But, yeah, I guess I should clarify. Secrets don't keep well with you. And she kind of, like, looks at Lunar and Seduso specifically.
Lunar just looks back of like, no shit. And it's already pinged you of like, give me all the information. But she can have it.
Sedusa has not even like clocked that comment at all. Is still just like looking at your hand, just like, okay, looks like nothing got cut. All right, okay, we're good to go. Wait, where are we going?
So yes, in the interest of full transparency, Ripper, you may have heard me call him Lamb Chop over there, hired us through the Pound. And, quite frankly, I really, really need the money.
Fair
I
enough.
want to rip up some party freaks.
Awesome. Like I said, when do we leave?
Would that clock as anything we may have heard of? I don't know
Not
how
yet.
much of like the gangs
Not
we
yet.
would have heard of.
Unless
Okay.
she actually says the name or mentions their primary thing, then you're not going to get a roll on that.
You're not going to hear Nick say the name.
Okay.
She's going to call them all sorts of derogatory names. They're marks. They're prey.
Okay.
So
To
we're
her.
heading to Night City.
Seems so.
Oh,
City of
well,
dreams
I
and
know a place we could
nightmares.
stay.
Wait, really?
Excuse me?
I
Well,
will.
I mean, I don't actually know. We know something, but if push comes to shove, maybe.
Minecraft is
Not super
actually
sure.
putting in your head the sort of like the stipulations for visiting Night City as a representative of the Pound. They have a
Oh.
place for you.
Oh.
They put you up in a place. It's not a great place, but it's a place. Usually it's near the target, whatever it is that you're supposed to be doing, because they don't want the exotics from the Pound getting that chummy with the regulars in Night City, because again, there's a lot of stuff that they don't necessarily want to share.
Still setting us up near a Target instead of a Walmart. That's kind of classy.
My God. And it's pronounced
Sedusa, I love
Target.
you.
Oh, you did not just say that.
You got a really big eye roll from me for that bun.
Yeah, same. You got a little bit of teeth grinding for that.
Everyone disapproved.
As long as you don't wear Crocs in there, you're fine.
Nyx takes a second to like look around. There's no one else We're past closing hours, right? There's no one else?
Right. And none of Lady Tabitha's crew is around or anything like that. They give you a pretty wide berth, largely because they don't want to get swept up into anything. Because Lady Tabitha can't help but notice that all of the worst things that happen in the junkyard, somehow or another, you guys end up against it. Nobody wants to be with the crew that literally stumbled into Trevor, or that has Malcolm's attention,
Fair.
or that
that checks out.
had a long conversation with a good doctor. You have a rep, a pretty it's both good and bad.
I like having a rep.
How are we worse to deal with than the people called the Monster Squad? I mean, it makes sense. I get it.
Oh,
All the people we're associated with, but like,
Let me tell you, they have picnics on rooftops and drink soup.
We have a lot of knowledge. We end up knowing
Hey.
so much.
What did they do recently? Fight with Pepsi? Sounds like it.
And yet they're the one with a
Hey.
journalist?
There
I'm
may
just
have been
saying,
a bomb
that's some
involved.
bullshit.
There may have been a bomb involved.
That's true. That is true. There was a bomb, but that happened in Night City. So,
Actually, there was 2 of them.
yeah. So nobody in the junkyard knows anything about like what happened in Night City with them. You guys don't even know. They haven't returned yet. So
Fair. So with no one else like in the bar, Nyx is kind of gonna like still like motion for people to come like a little bit closer. Look,
Secret time.
I know there's all of this extra bullshit about what's in our heads. And she kind of like taps her own noggin underneath her cabbie hat. I'll shoot straight with you. I don't really give a damn. I like my being exotic. But didn't I remember something about one of those weird funky labs being in Night City? And this is legitimately just like Nyx being like, I vaguely remember y'all talking about something about that, but I seriously couldn't care, but I want to know if we need to like set aside time for that.
no,
I
there
believe
is
so, yeah.
no. There's not a lab. The 3 labs, A, B, and C. See, A is Arc, B is the Burrows, C is the Chrysalis.
Are you thinking the hospital that Sedusa wants to go to?
Yeah. I think that's what you might be thinking.
Oh. Yep. Well, actually, that's very in character for Nyx then, because she just cannot be fucked to keep that information straight.
Then Lunar corrects you, like, no, just it's
You know that the Chrysalis of the 3 labs, the Chrysalis is actually sort of between the junkyard and Night City. It is probably the one that is sort of like on the outskirts. It might not even be part of the junkyard proper. And you know that's on purpose on their part.
Fair. Okay.
And you have no idea where the burrows might be. Well, you got a good idea of how you could find it. You just gotta go down to Vermintown. Follow the paths.
Yeah, but that's some Malcolm bullshit right there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we're ready for that yet.
Yeah.
Let's go play with the clowns.
No one has said clowns yet. No one has said clowns.
If you say clowns, Nyx will hiss.
Medusa would never. I don't think she remembers what they are.
But that's just
I
it.
feel the
You
only
know
one
what?
who
That's
I mean,
actually a good
concept.
point.
Like,
Considering
even
our
the
species-
concept of what they are.
I think Nyx hisses more than you do, and she's a cat bat, and you're a snake. You know?
But yeah, unless you say clown, nose, or something of that nature, something that would trigger a memory with other people, no one's gonna get a roll on this until probably it's too late. So that's fine.
I like it when it's too late.
Yeah, you're the only one who has a vision of what it is that came across. And I will say, your dreams have been more and more seeing them. You don't, like, see the actual events of that night. That's still pretty much a blur. but you see like a lot of shadows, hear a lot of screaming, and a lot of clown faces sliding in and out of those shadows and getting really, really close. And the one that like you open the door for, her face gets real close to you, and her eyes just like one eye goes into a heart, the other eye goes into a skull.
Ugh.
I like that. That's cool.
That is some Yandari bullshit right there.
True. So very, very true.
All right. Anything else before we sort of do a little time skip? Yeah. Anything you want to prepare too is another thing. So actually, we'll. If we're finished here, then we will move on to like preparing.
Well, Sedusa would like to speak to Nyx, like privately.
She will follow.
I think she's gonna like, it's like, Nyx, can I talk to you just for a second? I mean, we're all gonna get ready and then go do this incredibly dangerous thing together. But come with me to the bar real quick, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Here we go.
And she kind of
gonna
like
go behind
settles
her.
up on a stool and is just, what's on your mind, pretty lady?
She's just gonna go behind and start mixing a drink, thanks to information she is getting from Holmes on how to do this.
Okay.
Well, dear, there was a couple of things actually. The last time I was here, and she's like she's like putting like the things into the little shaker and then handing it off to Watson to shake, and then taking something else and it's being wrapped around by Moriarty and things like, just her tentacles are going 90 to nothing. She's just the last time we were here and did the drinky thing and that didn't end well, and it's because I hadn't drunk in this body before, so didn't know that was going to happen, but I wanted to show you something. And she takes out a file thingy and shows Nyx the information that she got from Lunar, which Nyx has probably already seen. It's like not news or anything, but it's like the picture of what she used to look like with her name and all of that stuff. Like, so I wanted to show you this. You've probably already seen it though. Have you?
I don't always pay attention to everything, all the information that gets shot across my agent.
That's
Short
fair.
attention span. But you was a pretty lady. You still are.
That's nice of you to say so, but the more I'm seeing this, the more I'm sometimes remembering things. Not really like full scenes or nothing, just like feelings. I know that I'm, sort of indicates her body's like, a little bit more to, I say, certain people's taste now. But I'm not showing this to you to be like, here, check this out, you need this information. It's honestly not important if you get it or not. What I wanted to show you is this. Is that I have this, and look. And she indicates like herself, like her, again, but this time her face, and she's like just smiling like normal. It's like, I'm not catatonic. I'm not losing it or anything. I got this information, we fought hard for it, and it didn't kill me. And what I wanted to talk to you or tell you about that is because, and here she puts the drink in front of you and also kind of like tentatively like puts her hand near yours and just like, I wanted to, I think what you're about to go through or what you went through previously is intense and is kind of familiar to what I experienced a while ago. And I think the reason why I'm able to get through it is because of you. All of you. I think that there was a time when when just seeing this picture would have destroyed me. But because I have you and everyone else, I don't think I had anything like that before. And having you guys makes me able to handle this stuff. And if we're going somewhere where maybe you're going to have a lot of bad times, I just want you to remember that we're here for you and that we can help you get through stuff like this. And we want to.
Nyx kind of pauses for a little bit. She doesn't like pull her hand back or anything, so it's so close to yours. You guys have been the best family that I've had. But considering that my memories were wiped, not a long time, but still it counts.
So
How about you guys?
Oh, go on.
No, go ahead.
No, you go.
I'm not always the best at keeping up the terrifying Keller act. I care about you guys too. But honestly, the best help that I'm gonna need to get through this is you all at my back as I wade through an ocean of fuckers' blood.
Sedusa pushes the drink just a little bit closer to you, and this time takes your hand very gently and gives it just a little squeeze before letting it go, and is like, having your back is the easiest thing in the world for any of us to do, because we want to do it more than anything. I just want you to remember that while you're wading through that blood and guts and whatever we're going into, that you can at any point turn around when you need to, and then you don't have to see something bloody in front of you if it becomes too much. You can see us. We will absolutely be there for your back, but don't forget your front too.
She kind of chuckles and nods at it. Just do me a favor and don't actually touch my back.
Oh,
No
wouldn't
offense.
dream of it. No. Once was enough. Oh my goodness.
Almost as like a little tease, she's just gonna activate like the suit around her, and there's gonna be like just like the slight vibration of electricity in the air, and she's gonna smile.
Seduce is gonna chuckle and be like, "Oh, don't tempt me with a good time."
Okay. We will fade to black on that. And each person, if you have anything, we're going to start off here with Lunar. Lunar, is there anything that you want to do before you head out to Night City? Is there anything that you want to try to acquire? Any information you want to try to acquire? Or so on. You can always pick up a bit of gear if you're willing to either pay for it or acquire debt. And, you can just make a roll if you want to try and find some information.
How many things can I do?
To keep things moving, I'll give you 3.
Okay, cool. That's actually perfect.
Okay.
I actually want to go talk to... She owes me a favor. I don't remember her name. From the cosplay.
Yeah, the rim poser. Yes, 100%.
Yeah. I want to see if she'll upgrade my armor. Just to give it a little bit more. Because Rocket's typically busy, and she owes me, so...
Yeah, I'll go ahead and say it will... The favor is getting her expertise so that it happens. So it's still going to cost a little bit of money. It's not a lot, though. It's only 100. And that will take it from an 11 to a 12.
Cool. Is that all of my armor, or is it just one piece?
It'll be the whole thing.
Okay, cool.
And again, she does offer. She's like, if there's like a particular outfit, I could make it look fancy. And she says that, like, she's literally, as I've said before, she's full on in a maid cosplay. Specifically Rim from ReZero.
Luna will just shake her head and just like, I'm happy with what I'm in. Thank you.
I didn't mean to imply you're not pretty.
I appreciate it. She just wants to double check in with Big Bad about any information of like places to avoid, because we're headed, like, she'll be blunt, like, we're headed to Night City soon. Can you...
Well, do you know where you're going in Night City?
Oh, do we know where we're going?
Nix didn't say.
Probably in that conversation, and then, like, send a buzz to Nix of, like, hey, where the hell are we going in Night City?
Would definitely take Nyx a second to try and remember the brief and remember specifically where. Partly because Saris doesn't.
It is going to be. It is a area very close to the southern, the south combat zone, in a place called One Block, which is sort of like a block right between. It's right where the ending of civilization stops and you start getting into sort of like the Wild West, the gang infested areas of Night City. So you're going to be right on that razor's edge of lawlessness. Like, corporations will still do stuff there, and maybe you can get NCPD to pop in there if it's really, really important. But you're starting to get to the place where the only law is what you bring with you.
Gotcha. Nyx would relay that, probably with the addition of Southside.
And then go back.
Okay. He takes a moment real quick, and this is actually where a bun checks my atlas real quick. I want to make sure what gangs are usually in that area, because I mean I know who you're going to be dealing with, but who would
if there's anyone else?
Who would he think to warn you about? I know one person he's going to warn you about regardless, because he's not a fool, but still. DLC. This is when I say if you're playing Cyberpunk Red, one of the nice things about the game is that our Talsorian, who I'm probably mispronouncing, puts out all kinds of free DLC and just amazing content. They recently did they just now dropped a thing about for stealth missions, which, quite frankly, I think the Monster Squad wished had come out before they went and did their thing, but, you know, too late. Let's see, Night City.
Yeah, no, that's very accurate.
And there's a whole thing in there about stealthing your way through the net.
I am aware. I very much wish the DLC had come out sooner.
You are going to be... Actually, you're not... I told a fib. I said that you were going to be in the old combat zone, but that's because the map in my head, it got turned around. You're actually going to be closer to a place called South Night City, which on one side there's the University District, sort of like to the north of you, and kind of to the west of you is the port of Night City, and then just to the south of you is what's known as the Reclamation Zone, which is an area that, you know, used to be kind of nasty, that is slowly getting reclaimed by the, you know, corps and by various individuals as they're trying to sort of piece things back together. So you say South Night City, and he looks at you for a second. Okay, well, there's the Boneyard, there's the Slammer, he's thinking, gangs. Why did they put the gangs down here? Really wish that they had done it this way. Okay, here we go. Sorry that I'm not 100% prepared for this question. I don't know why I wasn't prepared. It's because I know who you're going to be up against, so I didn't think to, like, Who would they be up against? Let's see. On the south side, there's the 6th Street, the Andersons, the Enhanced, the Piranhas, the Voodoo Boys. So Big Bad's like, okay, you got the Voodoo Boys. You want to step wide of them. They're Piranhas. You don't want to step wide of them. Honestly, they've got all the good drugs and all the good shit. So if you're looking to get tore up and have a nice time doing it, Piranhas is where you go. 6th Street got a chip on their shoulders, but I don't think that's going to bother you too much. The Andersons, actually a nice little family, quite frankly. I think of them more that way. The biggest problem is don't go too far toward the north into the University District. For the most part, the University District is exactly what it sounds like. It's a nice little place with, students going to college, doing their thing. But there are 2 groups there. One group which will, you'll have a good time with, called the Philharmonic Vampires. And then there's another group that you're not going to have a good time with. And if you see them, I would suggest you run. But try to run in a way that doesn't make you look amusing. Have you ever heard of the Bozos?
I think you briefly mentioned them last time we met.
Yeah. And what did I tell you about them?
Clowns, right?
Yeah.
Giggling.
Yeah. If you hear a voice from a dark area saying, "Let's have some fun," run. You got it? That's your main. That's the main thing. I mean, quite frankly, you guys are loaded for bear. You're not going to have too much of a problem. I have no, crew's way less experienced and setup than you guys. Have no problem in Night City, and particularly in that area. It's not like you're not actually going into the combat zone, so you should be fine. Just be aware.
Okay, thank you.
All right. And what was the third thing you wanted to do?
They're just gonna get some paper and be off quietly in a corner before they leave. They're learning how to do something.
Okay, gotcha. All right, Sprocket. You can do up to 3 things. What would you like to do before you leave?
Perfect
You're cutting out.
timing. Sorry. No, I literally got up to go to the bathroom.
Oh, cool. So you're
So-
reporting to us from the bathroom right now. That's great. That's what the echo is.
No, I'm back. So I think that Sprocket would take time or try to take enough time to make some. First of all, actually, I have a question. First of all, before I do that, is it possible to put biotoxin on my boomerangs?
You would need to invent an upgrade that allowed them to do the biotoxin thing. But here's the thing about biotoxin, and it's something to keep in mind. It's either or. If you hit something with biotoxin, then they have to roll a resist, and then they take the damage from that. But they don't take the damage from actually getting hit. They just take damage from the biotoxin.
Oh,
so
okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you're not going to double up that way.
Gotcha. Okay. Shit, I don't know what Sprocket would do.
Okay, that's perfectly fine.
Let me look at my sheet. Come back to me.
Okay. I'll also say there is a new thing that they introduced. Actually, they introduced it a while back in another supplement, but they really, really talked about it in the most recent supplement. And what is it called? Flash of Luck, I think. Basically, it's where you get to spend your luck to say, by the way, right before I left, I set this thing up, and here's the gun that I bought during that time. So there are ways to sort of retroactively say, I did do this, let me take you to a flashback. Just so you know. So you don't have to...
Okay,
I think
cool.
it's called Stroke of Luck.
Stroke of Luck? Yeah, okay. There you go.
I am so
Okay.
glad it's finally out, in its entirety. They've been talking about it for a while.
All right, we will come back to you. Whiteout, is there anything
Yeah, come
specifically
back to me.
you wish to do?
Well, when I was like ejected from the Kodiak clan,
Mm-hmm.
am I not allowed back in the area, or am I just no longer affiliated?
You're no longer affiliated. Mama Cold would never fully abandon any of her boys, any of her cubs. So you're perfectly allowed. It's just a certain certain example does have to be made. Otherwise, she's going to lose control of her crew. And given the fact that her crew are all bears, and most of you are really like you're on that verge of cyberpsychosis, she's got to keep control. But yeah, you can go back in that area if you wish. Hello, Bushido.
I want to go back,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna get an upgrade. And I do know with the bears, it's either big guns or big fists.
Okay, what specifically?
I want to get.
Get?
I'm going to get 2 more rockets and an excellent quality rocket launcher.
Okay. Are you paying for this just straight up, or are you adding it to your debt?
Yeah, I am paying straight up for it, which does suck. But
Okay. They
I gotta
are,
help protect my new family.
Yeah, they're capable, and I will say, so you go back to Mama Cold, and she has let's see, 1 second. She has one of her boys. I don't have a good name for him, unfortunately, right now. And they put together, and they're very proud of it when they hand it to you. They're like, here you go. It's exactly what you wanted. Excellent quality rocket launcher will do the job. And just so you know, you didn't even have to ask. I noticed your branding, so we hooked you up. And he hands you over a brand new, excellent quality turtle rocket launcher.
It's a shell launcher.
So have you decided to just embrace this now that this is sort of your identity?
I rolled if I was gonna slap them. It did not happen, but this is the curse I must bear.
Yes, you must bear. Again, for those who don't know, this poor bear's last rocket launcher was stolen by a cybernetic turtle.
One I lost because I lost control.
Yes.
And this is why it's nothing.
Somehow or another, that turtle was able to flip the bear off, and we still don't know how that worked.
Oh man.
Yes, but that's
I currently only have 73 credits now.
Gotcha. It's unbearable. Alright. Anything else, or is that it? I mean, it's a pretty big. That's definitely at least 2 things, because you located the thing, and then got it set up for you. So.
Nah, I think the last thing would just be spent in making sure everything I have is ready to go.
Okay, you make sure everything is shipshape, all repaired up and everything.
Yep.
Okay, Sedusa.
Oh, actually, great question. Sprocket,
Yes. Oh, Sprocket.
Yes.
do you still have the grenades I gave you?
I would not have gotten rid of them.
Do you want to keep them?
I was literally just looking for things to buy, and I was looking at grenades. So if you let me keep them, I will totally keep them.
Okay, so that's 1 EMP and 1 smoke.
1 EMP and 1 smoke. Heard.
Yep. Just wanted to be sure.
Okay, Sedusa, is there anything specific that you wish to do before you head out?
Let's see. I was going to make pharmaceuticals, but I was looking back, and there was a lot of pharmaceuticals that we did not use. What is the shelf life on speed heals?
Don't even have to worry about it. As long as you got them, you got them.
Okay. In that case, there is a pharmaceutical that I do want to make that we don't have a lot of, and that is Rapid Detox. If we're going to Night City, we're definitely going to need that.
Okay, good idea.
I'd like
You'd like
to
a trip to
do
Europe?
some combat training with my new Slam Fist so that I'm a little bit more well-versed in how to use it. It was either that or see if I could get some firing, some like sharpshooter, I guess, firing training with Lupa so that I maybe, I don't know, and use the stroke of luck thing and say that was me attempting to get ready for the next time I shoot the thing, so that hopefully I can actually hit something when I try to aim for it.
Well, yeah, it still costs you XP, but you can say that you've been basically focusing on that. That's no problem.
Okay, cool. Because I've a really bad luck when it comes to shooting those trank things, and if any of them had hit at any given point, the lives that would have been saved.
The best part about that is you had bad luck, and to try and fix your bad luck, you went to Lupa for training? Interesting.
They're the ones who fired the guns! They're the sniper! They have the best shot! I mean, despite the worst luck.
You can learn from a bad example, okay?
Here's what not to do.
Oh, come on. They hit the target. It's kind of crazy. Anyway,
We love Lupa.
We do.
Yeah.
We do. And lastly, I think I need to go talk to Velma and Daphne and get... dual reasons. One, I want to make sure that they're set up with like phase 1 of what it is we are trying to do.
Yep.
With those two. And then also, I guess, get any information that I can that maybe... Because, okay, so we've... Lunar got information about the gangs in the area. I don't... And Nyx has the information of where we're going. I want to know what are the Pound resources in that area that we don't get to be told about. Because I know that they have like a place for us to stay and all that stuff, but there's definitely other operatives there. There's definitely other stuff there. And I want to see if I can get any of that info out of Daphne and Velma so that we're a little bit more prepared if, say, we need
Daphne, Velma will tell you everything that she knows about the situation if you ask her. But she specifically says, I mean, we don't necessarily have... I don't know any other crews that are working there at this time. I do know, however, that Ripper has some people that he's going to be contacting. Some people that relate to Nyx's past. So you will have some group when you get there that will be willing to give you some backup as you need it. As far as where you're going, she says, unfortunately, the Pound rarely, they could put a lot of money towards it, getting you like a really nice place, but then it would just end up adding to your debt, and since these things are generally designed to deal with debt, you're probably going to end up in a little capsule or a cargo bay kind of apartment. I'm
fine with that. I'm not looking for like an upgrade or anything. I just want to know, like, besides us, I know the Pound has probably other interests there. I don't even think necessarily about like teams out there doing stuff. It's like, are there any just sort of like resources out there? Like, I hesitate to say, like Pound spies there. I know you can't give me actual information, but like, say shit hits the fan in the worst way possible, and we need a dip somewhere. Just if you could ping me with a little location when I like send you a distress call or something of, hey, run this way, things will be better, that would be lovely.
The best I can do as far as that's concerned, because again, it depends if we have any operatives there. You have to understand the whole reason why we do what we do is so that we can get wet work done on the cheap. I mean, I don't want to give away the whole deal, but basically we have our main resources is the fact that we can get edge runners who are incredibly well upgraded and boosted into places where they need to be. I mean, honestly, Sedusa, you are our resources there. Now, I will say, if there's something that you want, we can transfer funds to you, but there will be a fee associated with it. And she smiles weakly at you.
Oh, it's fine, dear. Don't forget, and then like I want to like hand her like some stuff. It's like, this is what you need. I wrote it down so that it doesn't need to go through any other sources.
Mm-hmm.
Read through it, burn it afterwards, I imagine. And then I put like a couple of vials in front of her. It's like, this is the starting of the hormone treatment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, we'll fade to black on that one. But yes, yeah. You set her up, and so what she does, because she does feel kind of guilty about this thing, is she will put specifically on your account. You see on your little debt thing flash up 500 Eddie's discretionary fund. And Minecraft informs you through text, again, that basically that's 500 Eddies that's just free and clear. That you can use for whatever it is that you might need. And basically that's like, Velma basically gave you that out of her own pocket.
Gonna make a mental note to get a onesie with that, just a little one.
Okay.
We'll be in the city. Surely there'll be a mall.
Depends on where you go.
Ah,
But you are in a, like I said, you're in an area that's close to the, you're in a nicer part of town than you could be. You're certainly in a nicer part of town than the Monster Squad is right now.
but we'll get soup this time. Anyway.
Well, yeah. You'll just have to pay for it. Okay. All right, cool. Nix, is there anything special you want to do before we head off?
Considering the amount of time that's available to us.
Mm-hmm.
I know you mentioned it, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Can I spend whatever time we have, all of it, training my dogs?
Okay. So, you are turning them in, are they going to be companions? Or are they going to be backup?
Can't I have both?
I mean, if you
Want
train them,
ferocious,
if you train them, you
ferocious
don't.
bites in the field and Stuggles in the evening.
Yeah. Well, what I am saying is that this is the difference. Either you have the wolves with you at all times, in which case you will continually be paying their upkeep, or you won't have to pay their upkeep, but they will respond to your request for aid.
You're gonna make Nix want to go live out with her dogs and away from the fucking crew.
Don't worry about it. You have Sin. Just tell her to throw the dogs into the Subaru and then head out to you.
Oh my god, 2 lesbians and their dogs.
The
I know, right?
Subaru.
A Subaru. Yeah, they're gonna be backup.
Okay. That doesn't mean
I
you
can't.
can't pet them or
Actually-
anything like that. It just means that
I
you
can't
know.
afford this shit.
Yeah. Okay.
A thought. If they just stayed at the base, couldn't we just split the cost between all of us?
I mean, that's up to you. That is up to you.
It'd be
Just
good for protection.
like I said, that is 2 individuals who each of them have a good lifestyle. Which is like the 3rd lifestyle on the little lifestyle track, which is like the 2nd most expensive. And that's because they're wolves. They're not going to be happy, like they'll live on kibble for a little bit, but that is not going to be good for them. They need fresh meat. And not scop meat either.
Yeah.
That's why they're expensive. But they're also, badass. I mean, that's nothing. You're paying way more for the food for your cat, for your ocelot.
Hell yeah. Good little kitty.
The difference is the ocelot will go out and hunt for herself. At times. The problem is you have no control over what she hunts.
Exactly. God, there's just gonna be employees starting to show up missing. Oh, God.
I will say, Lunar, you're not having anywhere near as much problems with your rabbit. Your rabbit is perfectly fine, but just.
Oh, good.
Whatever,
Okay. It's good to know.
I mean, it
How is
has
that possible? There's no grass.
It has a lifestyle cost too. It's just it doesn't need fresh meat. There are, like I said, you can grow stuff for sure, especially out here in the junkyard. That's one of the advantages Fairview has, honestly. Thanks to the irrigation spheres, is you're capable of growing stuff. So technically, you know what? You could have soup too, Sedusa. You had barbecue, come to think of it.
Well, yeah.
Just don't ask Mama Hog where she got the meat from, that's all. Just like you never asked Trevor where he got the potatoes for the potato salad.
I just had a thought.
For some reason, I'm more concerned about the potatoes.
Alright, what is your thought? And then we're going to move on from this. Because I think we're pretty much set.
This means I have 2 rocket launchers. Does anyone else want a rocket launcher?
Does anyone else want a rocket? Does anyone have training to use a rocket launcher effectively? Because I will tell you this.
That's what I was literally about to ask. What does it use?
Heavy weapons.
Please give the goblin. Oh, okay. Please give the goblin a rocket launcher.
No.
Eight.
You need heavy weapons skill. Do you have heavy weapons in there at all?
I got a 6.
Is that just your stat? But no skill?
No, that's the whole thing. That's the whole bitch. Yeah.
See, you gotta be careful with rocket launchers.
Can I train it?
Yeah, you absolutely can train
it is a 2x skill.
Yeah, it requires double the XP.
Shit.
Well, yeah, double the skill XP.
Ah.
Yeah.
Everyone, check your DM.
Huh?
Check your DMs.
I refuse. I am the DM. Shut up.
If not, I would probably try and sell that off.
Yeah, go ahead and sell it. I'll think about training it up, but I don't wanna accidentally
It's an
kill you
investment.
guys. Yeah, I'd rather not accidentally kill you guys because I have dog shit training, you know?
That doesn't make sense, though. You have a launcher. You have a garbage launcher. Is that the same thing?
Yeah, it basically shoots rocks.
It's the difference between a catapult and shooting a rocket. There's more to it. Anyway, go ahead, Lunar. Do your thing.
So this is just before we leave. Lunar is gonna slightly and stealthily hide a little different origami things in each of your pockets. Gonna try to just not be noticed and or just slip it in with your stuff. Hold on. I wrote it all down. They each have little notes. You all have something different. Rocket, you have a rabbit. Nyx, you have an origami rabbit. Nyx, you have an origami cat. Sedusa, you have a butterfly. Lupa has a wolf. And Whiteout, you have a bear. It felt appropriate.
You know, as
Am I
long as you
a
don't give them a turtle, that's sweet of you.
I was about to say, thank you for
No.
not giving a turtle.
I wasn't gonna give you a turtle. I can send you guys the messages. I can put them like separately. I can put them in chat, in our chat, or I can read them to you. It's up to you guys.
You're welcome to read mine out loud if other people are okay with reading theirs out loud.
Yeah, I'm fine with whatever.
You can read mine out loud for sure.
Okay, so Sprocket, like on your rabbit, or like there's probably like a little like paper bow on it, and in it says, good luck today. Not that you need it. I mean, you're amazing, but just in case, I care a lot. Okay, bye. Please note.
That's so cute.
Luna,
That's so
Luna
cute.
doesn't know what the fuck. They're just like, I don't know. Nyx, same kind of deal. Kind of has a bow. Yours goes, you got this, and if you don't, I've got you. I mean, not like holding you unless you want that. Okay, I'll stop now.
Into a jam.
On the wings of your butterfly Sedusa, you've got this really, but if things get rough, I'm here always. Maybe you're not cool or smooth, but always. I'll send Lupa theirs. Whiteout, you have somewhere on your bear, probably on the back. You're never alone in this. I'm cheering for you in every quiet way I know how.
Lunar is such an adorable little anxiety bug.
Everybody,
Nyx
who,
is just gonna.
I'm gonna put that in the chest pocket.
everybody who received one of those before you go, roll a d6. Starting with Sedusa, roll a d6.
Ow.
I got you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Of course.
Okay.
I got a
rolled
1.
If you're not at your maximum humanity, you get a humanity, 1 point. Alright, let's go with Nyx. Roll a d6 for Nyx.
I rolled a 3.
Okay. If you're not at max humanity, you can get up to 2 humanity back.
Sweet! I was only 1 shy. Yay, max humanity of 24.
Oh my god.
Sprocket, roll a d6.
Okay, I got a 2, but I'm already at max humanity, so...
Okay, well, you just feel warm and fuzzy. Whiteout. Speaking of warm and fuzzy, Whiteout, roll a d6. Hey, you get 3 humanity back up to your maximum, whatever your maximum is.
Unfortunately, my 28 is already at max.
Yeah, well, you're a bear.
Hey.
You're a bear, that's normal. Speaking of which, Lunar, I'm just, for having done that, I'm just going to straight up give you the full 3 humanity back up to your max.
I think, isn't 25 my max? Or is it 28?
I'm not sure, I don't know your stats. Like, I
Can
don't know
your
your
I think
stats that
go
well.
up by 1?
I believe my max is 25.
You cannot go above, without removing the cyberware, there is a certain level of humanity you just cannot get back.
That was
Two,
such growth,
2
though.
per cyberwire and 4 per Borgware, right?
Yep. It is growth, and you are as happy as you can be.
Fine. You know what? Sedusa just absolutely squeals with delight at it, and then she goes over to Loon and is like, the last time I just sort of randomly hugged somebody didn't end well. Would you like a hug? Can I give you a hug for this?
Lunar's just not gonna is just gonna nod, knowing that this was gonna happen, at least from Sedusa.
Oh, considering how small and how easy it is for Lunar to, be compacted, this is going to be full uppies. I'm going to just absolutely big old squish into, picking up and doing the little, spin around, oh, this was so sweet of you!
I will say, Lunar, you do not get a very good view because your entire face is absolutely smothered in an avalanche of Sedusa.
That's fine. Lunar will hug back. They're very cautious. They're not a very, like, huggy person because they, for some reason, decided to have their arms not be covered. So they're robotic, and they're like, I don't want to pinch these people.
Oh, you don't have to worry, dear. I have robot hair.
The way you say it. Every now and then, Sedusa has that thing where she goes between, the med tech, the badass that she's trying to be, and to somebody's mom, who is just really, really enthusiastic while they do whatever sport they do, and they obviously suck at it.
Mm-hmm. Accurate.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to switch over to a different board, because basically what happens next is you all go up in to one of the mystery machines. You actually have to go back to the pound. So you arrive over there. Probably Baby. You were driven. Lupa drove you all over in Baby. You saw the guards all set up. They all gave a little nod. Again, you have a rep, and even the good boys here recognize your rep. They watch you as you're going by, and they've not seen the full crew, and they are kind of murmuring because this is the first time the Geek Squad has been sent to Night City. They know you do really well here at the junkyard. They're just not sure if that's going to translate over there. And most of the
wave at any of the good boys that I recognize from like surgeries and stuff I've done.
Oh yeah, and they wave back. They're all, Most of the good boys haven't been to Night City in a long time. They're pretty much junkyard boys at this point. Junkyard dogs. And again, as I described it to Nyx, as you're walking through the pound, which now you fully recognize was at one time a Supermax prison that has been modified and taken over, the cells and the areas, the little hovels that were created that was sort of like going to be your home, just seems so much smaller now. You can barely even comprehend living in them, even though as you're going by you see other crews who are still living in their cell areas.
We got like super lucky with the purple kitty.
Yes. Yes, you really did. But, you had to fight for it, so. And then the next thing you know, you're all being ushered into a mystery machine. Daphne is actually there. She helps strap you all in. Nobody has
Give her a quick squeeze.
Yes. It's regular straps, though. It's just like, to protect you straps. It's not the straps that you woke up in. Nobody's hooked up to any needle injectors or anything like that. But I will say, once again, you notice there is no window. There's no way to see where you're going. You're basically in a large metal tube. Daphne does ask, do you want the on-screen entertainment or not? It's up to you.
Probably make the ride go faster.
Okay. She nods and gives a little nod to the good boy standing beside the screen, and the screen flashes up, and you see a incredibly buxom, incredibly tall, even taller and more curvy than Sedusa, and way, way more buff. Blonde Gyaru woman wearing red leather, and you see Madame Leash. And she's standing there, and right beside her is a gigantic robot dog with 3 heads. Much like the protector dogs that you have all gotten used to, except for the fact that this thing is pink, has 3 heads, and kind of looks like a poodle. And Lunar, you do know that is the first successful Cerebrus project. You know that her pet was one of them.
Whoa. Bun, say that again?
Say what again?
What project?
Oh,
If I mispronounce something, just deal with it or die.
No!
I wasn't
You're
gonna say anything.
torturing me with fucking clowns! Explain yourself!
I will explain nothing. Do you know I follow the rule of Klingons, which says, truly the wisest of us is an individual who cannot pronounce the words they know, because that is an indicator of a reader. So, anyway. Oh, Ribs the Goblin is raiding. Do you want to say hello to your raid real quick, Goth Gamer Goblin?
I am currently doing that right now.
Okay.
Numb the dice.
Actually,
Eat
it probably is pronounced the cerebral, so Cerebrus project, just for the cerebral, because it is all about AI brains. That dog has That dog has 3 AI brains inside of it. 3, but the reason why it doesn't go insane is because they are dog brains. So it's not having an existential crisis because that's not what it cares about. And she welcomes you all into your tube, into the mystery thing. She says, I know you've got a long trip, so I've brought some of my favorite music. And she says that, pulls out a microphone, and starts singing full-on Idol. And, like, the good boys behind her, like, start popping up, and they've got the little rainbow rave things and start doing the little shaking things back and forth. And it's a full-on Idol thing. And at first you're like, oh god, but then you realize she's actually a rocker boy and she sounds really good. And it is hard not to get seduced by this. You're doing everything in your power to fight it, but by the time you've been up in the air for maybe about an hour, you are all singing along. Anyone who doesn't want to sing along, you can roll concentration. Difficulty is 18.
Okay. Well, that's only a 12. Fuck.
Oh, you're singing. Nyx is literally singing along, and this is just the most. Well, it's basically it's Japanese city pop.
I want to try and do it. I mean, I probably don't really. Seducer would definitely sing along. Hell yeah!
There you go. A 1. Or yeah.
I might be beating against my own straps, trying to not dance out of the chair.
Actually, Daphne does come over, and anybody who is singing, she hands you a couple of light sticks. And there's a look on her face like she's seen this before.
I'm going to roll, but I'm going to also put all 6 of my luck into it. I mean, I don't know how much more we're going to do, considering it's already 10, so...
Alright.
Well.
Yeah. Whiteout and Lunar, you can decide whether or not you like this or not.
I feel like Lunar's indifferent.
Okay.
I have a smile, maybe slightly nodding along with it, but not singing.
Okay, gotcha. Not singing, you don't get the glow sticks. I gotcha.
Lunar's good at being in their own world.
The goblin is absolutely vibing because they have never experienced anything like this before. Even before their memory was right, because as far as they know, they grew up in the junkyard. So music? What the fuck was music? Right? So they're like, this is actually really sick. I would maybe I would pretend to not like it if it wasn't so cool.
Gotcha. 100%. And like I said, that's the reason why the good boys are so devoted to her. She is what is known as a rocker boy, and a pretty high level one, and they They will kill and die for her. That is how obsessed they are with her. They are all her fans. I think Lunar, your main thing is you're watching you're watching her dog. You're watching her little poodle, and well, little. It's like 8 foot tall. If it sits on its haunches and lifts up, its tallest head would be 8 feet. So it's about 6 feet at the shoulder. It's probably the first time you've seen it. Like, you've read about it, but you've never seen it before. The only person I think who's seen it is Sedusa. And she got really, like, way too close to it.
Oh, it's on a screen. I'm fine now.
Yeah.
If you jumped out of that screen, then scream. Yeah, scream would be the thing that I would be doing.
But it is a long trip.
Good thing Lunar's good at dissociating.
Yeah, food is provided. It's actually pretty good food. Daphne says this isn't added to your thing or anything like that. It's a scalp steak and an actual potato. And some greens, you're not entirely sure what, but they taste pretty good.
Semi-real food. Hell yeah.
Yeah. The potato is real. Scop is basically is a synthetic meat source. It can actually be turned into a lot of things, but mostly in Cyberpunk Red it's turned into meat.
It's 3D printed meat.
Yeah. And then after a bit, the thrumming of the mystery machine comes to a halt. There's a quiet. Madame Leash has just finished her set. She has her hand in the air. There's like sweat going down, down her throat and into her outfit. And those of you who have sort of fallen in love with her are kind of like, man, I wish I could be there. In her outfit. But it fades out. Daphne comes and unhooks all of you. Door opens. You hear the sound of a mechanism in the back, which you happen to know is where a lot of your gear was. And you step out on top of a helipad connected to a large building. You get on the elevator. There'll be a car waiting. It will take you to where you go next. Please take a moment and get your bearings. Everybody roll resist torture drugs as you are absolutely molested, engulfed, drowned, just assaulted by sound, light,
I rolled a 10. Heck yeah.
tastes, sensation, everything that makes what the pound is seem almost dreamlike. It's like it seems it's as real as, if you've ever been to summer camp, and for a while summer camp, oh, it feels so real, and then you go back home and you're like, oh, that was nothing. What was that? That was like a dream I had. This is reality. This is what it is like in a city filled with people, filled with culture, filled with so many different things vying for your attention, your money, and your time. First things first, anyone not make a 15?
Ah, shit. I made a fucking 14. I got a 2 plus my 11. Well, wait, hold on. I just remembered something. Hold on.
Sedusa, you got a 5.
You got a
No,
5?
you rolled a 5. You rolled a 5.
Yeah. Sedusa knew this shit like this was going to... Well, didn't know this was going to happen, but knew that this place was going to need a bunch of resist torture drugs. And I have a rapid detox. If that will stop this, whatever's about to happen. I'm about to play this game. I don't trust Bun. I don't trust Bun as far as I can throw him.
How far are you off?
Okay, so here, let's go to. I was gonna do it this way, but I'll do it the other way. So, Whiteout, what did you get?
19.
19. Okay. What did you get, Sprocket?
So I forgot that I had my toxin filters, so that's a +2, so that is 16.
Okay. Sedusa, what did you get total?
What did I get total? What did I get total?
It's
Oh,
5
right.
plus junk.
13.
Okay. Nyx, what'd you get?
Could you double your luck?
I mean, I guess I could, but I didn't say it at the beginning, so.
Yeah, you can
Oh,
still...
you're right. Double luck spins
Yeah.
it.
It double.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, I'll double my luck and get the
15?
and spend 4 to get the 2 points so that I make the 15.
Okay, Nyx, what'd you get?
I rolled a 10, a 2 for a total of 21.
Okay. You are prepared. Let's see, is there anyone I'm missing? That would be Lupa. Lupa's not here. So,
Hi.
Yeah, Lunar.
There's Lunar, and then I have a question for you once Lunar's done.
I got a 19. Well, that's the second time you've forgotten me on something like this.
yeah, but before that I forgot someone else, so it doesn't matter. Anyway. Alright, let's go. We're going to start out with Whiteout. So Whiteout, you made a 19, which puts you over one threshold but not another. You are overwhelmed, but you keep your feet. And all you got to do is vom and have a headache. But beyond that, you're fine.
Alright.
It's Rocket.
Yeah, I also just noticed that I have nasal filters, and that says that I'm immune to the effects of toxic gases and all that. So it doesn't say that it gives me anything, but I wanted to ask you about it.
Okay, well, see, here's the thing. You're dealing with an overwhelming sensory overload. So what it will do is it will take some of that away, and you're basically in the same state as Whiteout. So you basically you vom and you have a headache because there is so much light and sound right now assaulting you from every possible way.
Awesome. I love that. I'm going to use my Cyber Audio Suite and my Chiron to put my sunglasses on and put earplugs in.
Okay. Okay, absolutely.
Fuck that.
And by the way, you're like literally seeing colors you've never seen before. Especially for you, because you've lived your entire life in the junkyard. So you don't even
Surrounded
have
by
like
trash.
yeah, you don't even have a memory of what Night City could possibly be like. So this is literally for you. This is literally Dorothy walking out of Kansas and ending up in Oz. It's like somebody just turned on the Technicolor.
That's such a good way of putting it. I love that.
Sedusa, with a 15, you have the reaction of bombing, and so basically most of you get off the ship and bomb. Which you do kind of like look at Daphne, and Daphne has that look where she just kind of like nods her head. It's like, yes, it almost always happens, especially on the first time. Yeah, don't worry about it. You have a headache. As all this goes through you, especially because one of the problems is that you're getting feedback from every single set of your eyes. So.
Oh, fuck this! I'm taking a rapid detox right now. Screw it! It wasn't even worth doing the thing for. My good, I'm taking a rapid detox. I ain't playing this game.
It helps. You still have a headache.
Good.
You still have a headache, and you feel your secondary eyes shutting themselves off from all of this, because they realize that they are in fact creating a feedback loop. For you.
Is it like the thing where like after you vomit you feel better?
For you, yes. For you,
Nice.
yes. For Sprocket, no. Sprocket, you still feel sick. Whiteout, you do feel better. Nyx, you make the full threshold. You are able to just... It's a lot, but you're able to sort of like close your eyes for a moment, and as opposed to this overwhelming sensory experience, you can smell a smell that is attached to a memory that you've never smelled before, or at least you didn't think you had. And you are getting a full smell of what your father smelled like. That sensory that tells you as a child, if you had a good father, that you were safe, you were protected, you were loved.
Nyx kind of like takes a couple of deep breaths.
And Lunar, you're able to keep yourself from you are sort of sensory overloaded. You do have like a little bit of a headache, but beyond that, you're able to sort of like disassociate a little bit, and you find it's easier if you view the world through your net goggles. It turns all of this stuff, like it kind of mutes the colors of the background so that you can focus on what would be the architecture and all that sort of thing. So that enables you to basically handle this. So the people who are handling it best is you and Sedusa and Whiteout. The person and Nyx is actually enjoying herself. The person who's handling it the worst is Sprocket.
To be fair, they have no concept of 90% of the stuff that's happening here. So their little autistic self is just in absolute, like, literal autistic meltdown. they're like, or not meltdown, shutdown. They're like, there's too much happening. I have a fucking hangover. Everything sucks. Everything is too loud and too bright. I need to go sit down in the dark.
Daphne hands each of you a sort of like a heavy overcoat with a hood. Totally up to you, but exotics they exist. There are definitely people who are into it, but people will look at you. You know, it's like being at again, to use a metaphor, it's like being at an anime con and a furry walks by. They're not necessarily hostile, but they will pause for a second and go, And it's up to you on whether or not you want that attention.
Lunar will take it.
Okay.
Rocket will take it, if only so that they can use the hood to block out some of the light and sound.
It does help, actually. It does help in that regard. Nyx, do you take it? I'll go to each one. Nyx, do you take it?
Oh, Nyx is stepping out of the shadows here. No.
Okay. Whiteout, do you take it?
Nah.
Okay.
He already, like, as a
You're
base
already
has
a bear.
a fairly...
You're gonna hide that.
Yeah, I'm massive. I'm carrying a rocket launcher, and I already have, like, just, like, full gear on, so... Nah.
Okay. And then finally, Sedusa, what were you going to say?
I think that I'll like take it and maybe like put it on, but like not. I don't want to put the hood up.
Okay.
Because I'm like in my head. I'm like encouraging my eyes to slowly open. Let's get to the point where we can begin to process. It's a lot of information, but let's be able to do this. And I was asking. A long time ago, I drew a picture where Sedusa gave Sprocket a piggyback ride. Can she do that now to help Sprocket move along?
I was actually about to offer the same thing.
Just like, it's like, okay, sweetie, now just you bury your head into my back and don't even look up till you're ready, all right?
Sprocket gladly climbs up. Gladly, because they feel like complete and utter dog shit. They're like, I'm just going to hide in this hood. I don't exist. I look like a backpack. I am a goblin backpack. I am not real.
You also
Like
have
when
several tentacles wrapping around you, keeping you safe.
So like my hands are actually free because they're nice and around and snugged her right up to it.
Okay. And again, we're still. Go ahead. What were you saying, White Out?
I would offer my music player to help distract from the noise and put on a breathing mask.
I will say, like, you hear like 8 different songs already at differing intensities, and they are in wildly different genres. Like you hear some definitely some proper cyberpunk. You hear some industrial rock going on. You hear something that sounds like country, except when she took the truck and she took the dog, she ran you over with the truck. You hear some goth. There's so many different music, different.
Well, I was thinking the
So much
earbuds
different
may
background music.
help. I figure the earbuds would help Sprocket.
Not really, unfortunately. It would just be more noise, unfortunately. It's hard
It's the
to
thought that
focus.
counts.
Once you've been here a while, you'll be able to sort of drown out the different noises and focus in. But right now, it's just you're all really standing in front of the sun for the first time, and you're not used to how to process all of this information. And a good bit of it, like, you haven't even entered into the actual the walking of the city. You haven't actually entered into the crowds yet. This is just from the rooftop before you even get there. This is just looking at all the advertisements and hearing what's going down. Because down below you, it sounds like a roar of people. And you get into an elevator and you ride down. The elevator opens. You see a nice little sort of setup area. It's a it's got sort of a, it's like if the beginning of the first room in a hotel, you know, where they check you in, was set up in a military institution.
Sorry.
And then those doors open and you see so many people. People wearing all sorts of different outfits. You see people dressed up looking like anime characters full on. You see people wearing basically the effects of like nomad leathers and stuff like that. They look like they just stepped out of a spaghetti western, except there's neon attached to it. You see other individuals who are just bare-chested, showing off tattoos of glowing light, and the dragon on their body moves from their chest to their arm to their back and then across their neck, and then as they turn their head to look at you, so does the dragon on their throat. You see just
Fuck, Nyx is gonna have to get a tattoo.
you see corporate people wearing suits, people that sort of remind you of Velma, but Velma is very much a well-trained dog, and that right there is the executive equivalent of a pack of wolves. And this isn't the noble pack of wolves that David Attenborough would have you love. No, this is the pack of wolves that you hear howling at night, and you get ever so closer to the fire and hope they don't show up. You see people wearing the same color in certain areas, and a lot of cybernetics, and you recognize, no, that's not like a group from the pound. That's not like a group of edge runners. That's a gang. You see poser gangs. And by poser gangs, like, you look and you don't know this person, so you wouldn't recognize this. But it's literally Lucille Ball walking with Ricky. Except both Lucille Ball and Ricky are packing. And they are having a talk with Archie Bunker, who happens to have a rocket launcher. They go off and do their business. Night City is not just a collection of lights and advertisements and all this. Night City is desperate people, all in their own genre, in their own dream, in their own moment. And you can smell and feel from a lot of them that desperation. There's hunger here. Most of the people here are either predator or prey, and a good number of them are both. There's also something else that you're not used to coming across, and that is there is quite a few people who have been completely forgotten by society. There are just entire groups of individuals huddling over trash cans, warming their hands by the fire. Groups of people, families, full families, wrapped up tight against each other in a blanket, shivering. And then right beside them will be a person who looks like he's not cold, he's not having a problem, he's perfectly fine except for the fact that he's got some sort of goggle system set up, and he is living a dream through a brain dancer. He is not here. He is somewhere else. And you see other people taking drugs and of all kinds of natures. Black glass and it's blue glass. Synth coke. You know the signs, Sedusa, because you've studied it. You've never seen this many people all hooked up at the same time. There are bars all over the place. There are street vendors all over the place. Everybody wants a piece of you, and more than they're saying they want. The last time you felt this hunted, you were wandering the streets of Fairview with Trevor counting down. And you all end up in a car and are driven to a nice little apartment. Well, it's not really a nice... It's a pretty massive building, but inside, it's like the opposite of a TARDIS. The building is huge on the outside, but it's so cramped and lightless on the inside. And let us switch to that board. If I can find it. Watch my game crash, by the way, because there's so much to this one. Where are you?
Out of curiosity, how big is the car?
It is big enough to hold all of you. It's kind of like a van of sort. It's basically like Baby. It's just it's the street version of Baby. It's like a big Scion kind of situation.
Okay.
And I'm going to show you the outside, which a lot of people are already seeing. You will see some figures that you've seen before because, quite frankly, I don't have the money to buy all the figures that I would love to stuff this. The number of people that you see there, multiply every group by about 5, give or take. Right, now let me bring everybody here. Summon players to the board. I'll give you a quick little look. Those of you who are on my screen can see. I hope you're okay, whoever just made that noise.
Whoa, this is so cool.
Huh.
Yeah, this is sort of like where you're viewing. This is the capsule little area that you're all. It's a capsule motel that you're in is right here, and it has an exit right out here. Oh, let's go in. There we go. That's where you get out. That's the alleyway. You go under here, there's another alleyway behind that with stuff going on, but no one's gone there, so you don't see. There are people out in the alleyway messing around. There are people out here in front of what looks to be a Oasis Mart, which is it's a convenience store run by Continental Brands. And there seems to be some protesters outside. And this giant figure is a giant holographic individual. And behind him is a sign, and it is talking about Razzmatazz! And you hear a voice saying, I would never suggest that anybody lives a life filled with drugs and alcohol. but it's always done me a good job. Blue razzmatazz, feel the razz. And it just keeps saying that over and over and over again. And there's a little warehouse over here. And there are various vehicles. And yeah. Yes, yes. They have a full-on campaign for razzmatazz.
I am not seeing anybody. Like, I see the buildings, but there's no people.
That's
our
because
characters aren't there,
yeah,
so
I don't have like your.
Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha.
Because honestly, you're like inside the building right now.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
As people leave, then we'll do that. Yes. What's up, Whiteout?
I'm just gonna say you can't hear it. I'm clapping right now.
Look. From the Monster Squad's perspective, this guy is terrible. But Continental Brands, especially in this area, Continental Brands has put a lot of money into razzmatazz and into Blue Raz.
Not just the razzmatazz part, but also the map.
Oh, thank you.
Because I understand. I see and I understand, and I do not envy the amount of work you had to do.
Okay. Yep. All right. So we'll just sort of like pull the camera up and look at this area real quick. You all sort of pile into your little capsule. They're basically one room apartments, hotel rooms kind of situations. If you've ever studied
cube
some
hotels.
of the, yeah, they're cube hotels. It's kind of like they have in Japan. The building is huge, but like I said, they have stuffed a lot of people in here. But you kind of have like they sort of have like different floors, and you're all on the same floor. And in the center of that floor is a little table, place where people can, get together and eat. And then there's a little bathroom section toward the back that you're not sure if you want to go to, quite frankly. And the same people that you saw out on the streets who are, huddled together for warmth or enjoying their blue glass or enjoying their brain dance are also like right outside your little house, your little your little cube. So it is the evening. You arrived. Most of you went in and sort of like crashed immediately. The trip over, like once you got hit by that overload, plus the fact that it was a long trip, your body just said, yeah, we're done, for at least for a little while. So most of you basically hit like a 1-2 hour nap kind of situation. We will start with Nyx, though. Nyx, first and foremost, did you crash? Yay, strawberries!
I wouldn't say crash.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely probably like rested and decompressed in the, okay, we're back in a room. We're back in a confined space. This is going to take some getting used to.
It is. It absolutely is. And I will say something else.
It's like the opposite of claustrophobia.
It's called agoraphobia.
Yes,
fear
that's
of wide
it.
open spaces.
And people. Well, Nyx, as you sort of like coming back to yourself, your stomach starts growling. You had a meal on the trip over, but that was like, now that you're thinking about it, because it happened kind of early on the trip. It's been about 8 or 9 hours since you last ate.
Mm.
And your body, because your brain, the thing that people don't really understand all that much is that the majority of your calories are actually used by your brain. Just processing things. And your brains have been processing so long that they are basically starving at this point.
So So if everybody else is crashed out, is there like food in the apartment, or is Nick's gonna have to go out and get some food?
There is no food here.
All right.
And go ahead and roll a concentration real quick.
Okay. See.
There's no way for this to go bad. Angel
Okay,
Jackson's
well that's
looking.
good because I rolled a 2. 2 plus 10, that's a 12.
Okay. Then that doesn't strike you as odd or not odd because you don't have a memory of this place. But there does not seem to be any. There's not even a vending machine here.
Okay. All right.
Though as you're
Guess
looking
it's time to
around, roll perception.
Ooh, that I'm pretty good at.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Regular perception, not human perception. Where are you? Come on. Fucking hell. I hate Adobe. Sorry.
It should be under awareness.
There it is. Plus 10. 15.
Okay. So you step out of your little cube and start looking around. You see the table where you presumably food has happened at some point, but it seems kind of dusty, as though food has not happened very often. And the individuals who are sort of like sleeping on the outside, and you know that they probably paid just to be able to rent that space. But it's better than being exposed. They definitely have this look of like they're holding their stomachs, like they're probably hungry too. And you look and you see sort of like a blank space to the side. And you kind of like look at the ground and you see the scratches, and it doesn't take you long to put together there were vending machines in this place. And this is Night City. Vending machines are all over the place. That's where most people get their food if they don't have a local bodega. The vending machines have been removed from this hotel.
Strange. Well, I guess it's time to go out and get some food.
Are you going to wake any of your companions up, or are you going to sort of take the opportunity to kind of explore on your own?
I'm gonna whistle to my dogs and we'll go out with us. Just the three of us.
Okay, so you did in fact bring your dog, so you did get looks, I will tell you that much.
I was fully expecting that.
Yes, of the people who got looks, Nyx got looks because of her wolves. Whiteout got looks because people know what a bear... they know an exotic when they see one, and they know what a bear means. Sedusa got looks because people were trying to figure out what her deal was. Because they had never seen anything like that. Like, as much as all of this is new to you, you are all very new to these people, too. And you do hear a couple...
man, is that a custom job?
Yeah, you get a lot of that. You get a lot of, oh my god, is the convention in town? I did not know. And actually they look at Sedusa and they go, holy shit, is the hentai convention in town? Oh my god. But yeah, okay, so you're going out with your dogs. And let's go ahead and drop you down.
It's best not to go out in a place where people are prey alone. Pack tactics.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, sweet. Roll with advantage.
Yeah. And open library.
If only.
1 second. I gotta get your dogs too.
No worries.
You know, we'll just
Sorry if I didn't
say
mean that.
you have dogs. We'll get those later. We'll just say that the dogs are there. Has Ripper shown up yet? Let's see. Here he is. Oh, I think I saw someone new pop up. No. not yet. This may be one of those things where you have to reset the thing.
I think I need to like fully close Tailspire after this because I somehow am moving Nyx with my keys.
Yeah, that's actually a way to do it.
I didn't know I could do this.
I'm just hopping around.
With that is actually the way it's kind of supposed to be because you're not supposed to be able to move everywhere, you know, like in the middle of an adventure. Nyx, put yourself, put her back here at the dumpster. Nyx, you open the door.
Bunny.
You open the door and you do see a couple of vendants over here, though, and there's someone who's trying to get their lunch out of it, and the vendants are arguing with him. You hear a voice that's saying, "Sure, I could totally do that transaction. However, the Oasis is right there. Certainly, they have a much better selection than I do. Go over there. And while you're over there, try some razzmatazz. It's the newest drink. You're going to love it." Sponsored by Continental Brands.
I feel like this is a joke that I don't understand from the Monster Squad, but Nyx is just kind of like cocks an ear at razzmatazz. That sounds weird.
And you hear the voice. You hear from the building over to the side of you. You hear a voice saying once again, and it is a voice of someone who is trying desperately to sound like. Oh my God, what's his name? How can I forget him of all? Okay, yeah. It sounds like Hunter S. Thompson, as played by Johnny Depp in the movie Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. I want you to fully comprehend. This is someone who is posing as someone posing as someone else. And you hear them say, "We can't stop here. This is Red Cap country." By the way, the red cherry razzmatazz, it didn't work out. If you find a bottle of that, please take it back to the nearest Continental brand and have them destroy it. Do not put candy inside the cherry razzmatazz. For the love of God.
Actually PSAing it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, Continental Brands does not want to be on hook once they found out that it was that explosive.
This is made all the funnier by, for some reason, you kind of, like, Discord was just like, nope, you can't hear anything for the last 40 seconds. So I just come back to, and if you find cherry razzmatazz. And I'm just like, what?
Okay.
I hope we find some.
But yeah, you are in an alleyway that is pretty dirty. It's an alleyway, but it's an alleyway that is also the exit of a building. So there are definitely people out here. You can see it looks like a med tech talking to an individual about his medication and so on. You see somebody again talking to the vending machines, trying to get food while the vending machines are trying to get him to go to the Oasis. And you see a business lady over here who is like, "No, I'm looking at it right now. It is not showing the right stuff. And oh my God, shut up, razzmatazz!" And she.
Gotcha. Can I try my luck with the vending machines?
You can try.
Sure.
Hello. Welcome.
I don't know if you fixed my things, but thank you.
Welcome to to Continental Brands vending machine. We have quite a wonderful selection of various things, from kibble to scop to pretty much anything that will keep you going. However, I have to tell you, my selection is actually quite limited. If you go into the Oasis, however, you will find far better stuff at a cheaper price. What a deal!
Do I know what the Oasis is?
Let's see. You can ask.
She's gonna look at it and just kind of like flutter her eyes for a second, just like, okay, I'm gonna be talking to a vending machine. What, is that some sort of bodega?
Bodega? Of course not. A bodega is a place for people who are, that sort to go. We don't talk about bodegas, not here. Not when Continental Brands has provided a nice, shiny, fully stored convenience store for your convenience. You're not someone who goes
It's
to a
cheaper.
bodega, are you? Come now. What was that? What did you say?
She's just gonna look very flatly at the machine, kind of raise an eyebrow. You said it's cheaper?
Yes, probably, almost certainly. In fact, you see the readout on its drinks, and you see like the prices, and you swear to God they just went up by an eddy a piece on everything. Oh, I'm so sorry. This vending machine has just had its prices increased. However, the Oasis...
Yeah. I get it, you... I get it, you piece of junk. Where's the Oasis?
Right behind you.
She's gonna be like, that's kind of suspicious.
Just go on down the alleyway and take a... Oh, I've never known my left or my right. I was once told that if you hold up your hands, then one of your hands will form an L on the left side, but I don't have hands.
Just say, not very useful for a vending machine.
You, weirdly enough, there's something about that sigh that makes you, like, it does not like what it's doing. Like, it wants to be
press
helpful.
a little bit further.
Okay.
So, if your goal is to get me to go to the Oasis, what purpose do you really serve?
To be sure that you are provided the best possible meal at the best possible prices with the best possible selection, and also to suggest maybe you try yourself a nice, crisp, refreshing blue razzmatazz berry. Razzmatazz. It'll cure what ails you. You hear
she's
from
gonna
behind you.
snap out the moment the corporate schlock is like throwing at her and just like, oh, that's right, you're not an actual person. Sorry.
That's very hurtful. It does say that.
Aw, you hurt its feelings.
I'll make it up to you. I'll go to the Oasis.
Thank you.
But if you're lying, I'm gonna break your glass.
Yeah.
Just resignation.
Yeah, you get full resignation from this poor machine.
New objective: bully every automated machine that she comes across. All right, I guess let's go see what this Oasis is about. But Nyx is going to be very carefully still kind of like watching everyone around her.
Okay. And like I said, the people that you see, multiply them by about 5. There's a massive group in every little pile, unless they're like very specifically doing anything. Yeah, go ahead and move her a little farther out.
keep getting spun around.
Yeah, right. I was like, ooh, spinny.
Okay, as you come around over here, you see a group of. They look to be. It's hard to tell because they're wearing masks, but you're pretty sure they have something. There's something about their fresh-faced voices and the optimism that they're speaking that they know that you're going to be listening to them. That tells you that these people are college students, probably sophomore year, probably sociology majors. And they are basically standing out here going, it's like, this idol, this structure, this this temple built to excess and capitalism, this corporation, this cannot stand. This oasis is a monstrosity. Bring back the bodegas. Bring back the street vendors. Let this place burn. And you see, various little people that are coming around listening to them. And people walking outside and going about their business. For the most part, nobody's really paying that much attention to them except for this little group. And they're less paying attention and more like being entertained by the fact that they exist.
Nyx is caught somewhere between amusement at how naive they are, and also just kind of like, huh. Reminds me of Pop. Reminds me of Da.
Roll concentration.
Yeah, fuck. That will 14.
Okay. A lot of there is food that you have been provided at the junkyard that is from Continental Brands. It's sort of like the generic version of Continental Brands, if that is even such a thing. For reasons that we will not go into, because they are story related. But you know that Continental Brands is exactly the sort of corporation that your father would have. I mean, really and truly, this building would not still be here. There would be a crater where this building was if your father was still around. This is exactly the sort of thing he hated.
Wait, you just said if.
That is what you thought. That if entered your mind.
Well, now I'm sad again. Nyx is kind of gonna tuck her ears underneath her flat cap and try and push past these people, weave in with her dogs to entrance.
Honestly, the fact that you have two cyber wolves with you, it is not hard. They Jesus Christ, and they step back. It's like, holy. And one of them points to it and it's like, see, do you see what happens? You let the corporations in, and even the wildlife gets augmented.
If this boy has ever seen wildlife in actuality.
That gets Nyx to stop. That's your pie hole.
He looks at you for a split second, and there's no need to roll for a face down. He's like, yes, ma'am. And just, like, looks the other way. And says nothing.
All the while, Nyx is thinking in her own head, my dogs are more people than them.
Alright. Go ahead and move her on to the actual establishment if you
Yay!
Oh,
Yes.
1 second. One moment. I have an extra door here. I don't know why. Oh. Okay, there we go.
Hellfire can't figure out what it wants to do with my controls. One moment it works, the next moment it doesn't.
Check your settings. See if there's a button that lets you like change between them.
Yep.
I'm being moved around like I'm a piece of a chessboard.
Honestly, at this point, yes, that is exactly what is happening. And we're sticking with it, because I don't know how to fix it.
All right, here. Let me go
Fair.
ahead and give you an idea of what you're seeing, because I can move this. And yeah, you find yourself in a convenience store. It's exactly what it is. You see everything over there. The first thing you notice, though, as you walk in, you hear Razmataz's voice once again. And if you look right here, I'm going to move you toward that. There he is again, in a little mini holographic form, standing right next to a machine that is absolutely filled with mostly blue Razmataz and a couple of what looks to be in the very back some red ones.
You red one.
Don't get any of
But the red ones sound explosive.
it. Also sounds like you fuck with your head.
You'll
I'm
feel
not
better,
thinking
you'll
about
move
it.
faster, you'll do things that you've never thought possible. Your genitals will become monsters and claim the territory.
It's
or something.
just-
He's going off. The little mini Razmataz is absolutely going off. And
This just sounds like a fucking Power Thirst commercial.
it like literally that's what it like you're looking at it, Nix. That is basically what you're staring at. You're staring at a energy drink of some sort.
It does make me wonder when the last time Nyx had sex was.
And if as you're looking at the machine, two things come to mind. One, it's very cold. Like it seems like these machine, like it's not a normal amount of frost on it. It's like they're very specifically generating a lot of energy to be sure that these drinks are kept cold. And as you sort of stare at it for just without you doing anything, and you're trying to sort of figure this thing out. 1 second, if I can get this to work. Come on, you're supposed to. There we go. It opens itself for you, and you hear a voice from inside. Come on, give it a taste. When's the last time you had a face full of fun?
That's so creepy. That's so fucking creepy. That's so creepy.
Agreed.
I really want to say something right now, but it's your stream, so I'm not going to. I'll tell everybody else after stream.
Yes, please.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said,
Nyx is gonna
yeah.
Nyx is gonna push past and just focus on getting food for her doggies, and actually she'd probably pick up snacks for everybody.
Okay. When you basically move on, the door shuts.
The pizza box. What the
Good
hell?
riddance.
I don't know.
And you see everything here, absolutely all the food here is from Continental Brands.
Of course. Why would they give free advertisement to other people on their shelves?
Yeah, this Oasis is basically, it is a 7-Eleven if 7-Eleven made all the food inside.
I was going to say 7-Eleven does have just a shit ton of like personal branded stuff now.
They do. They do.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you also
Alright.
got like the Japanese style too, so.
I wish. We don't have it anywhere near me. Ah!
And you do notice that there's a lady working the counter, and she just kind of like looks. She looks for a moment, looks at you, and
Cut out again for me, Bun.
okay. So there's a lady behind the counter, and she looks at you.
There we go.
And roll human perception. She's an older woman, by the way.
Okay. It's 5 plus junk. That is going to that is going to be an 11.
She had a reaction to you. You don't know if it's because you got your wolves in here, which very well might be because, you know, people don't have wolves, people don't have dogs, and they certainly don't bring them into convenience stores, but she's not saying anything about that. And also, that doesn't seem to be where she was looking when she kind of jerked back a bit. And then right after that
Was she
happened,
looking at me?
Yeah, and then right after that happened, she turned around and seems to be really focused on doing something on her little pad with the vending machine in front of her.
Okay, we're gonna torture this woman a little bit. We're gonna go up to the counter. Excuse me. You have any recommendations?
Uh, recommendations? Yeah, have you tried blue razzmatazz? Blue razzmatazz berry? It's like a blue raspberry razzmatazz.
I've heard plenty about that lately.
Yeah, they're really good. Yeah. She kind of she smiles, but there's something off about that smile. And she is at this point not looking at you directly. She seems to be focusing most of her attention on her pad.
Okay. You know what? Just because I know where we are at time, I'll skip over the playful, coy questions to see how she keeps responding, and more of, do you know me?
She looks back at you nervously. And then she looks at your hat. And then you see her tilting her head for a moment, and then roll human perception again.
All right. Hopefully better this time. Slightly better. That'll be a 12.
Well, you recognize this. She seems to breathe a sigh of relief. Oh, no, I don't know you. Yeah. That's good. So, okay, so, the Blue Raz, I wouldn't drink it. We got some nice, Scott pizza, some nice Scott dogs, if you're in the mood for that, and of course, anything you could possibly get from a vending machine, you can get from here. But if you get too close, it's gonna open a door for you, and eventually one of these cans is probably gonna fall at you.
Just Saris over here thinking of that one Chef Boyardee commercial.
Yeah.
Okay. So looking at my hat made her more comfortable?
She looked at your hat first fearfully, and then had a realization about your hat and calmed down.
Okay.
Posture check, everyone. Check that posture.
Oh, actually, that's really good. Thank you, culture nerd. Nick's a little kind of...
May if I ask how much longer we're going to be?
I was gonna say, I'm just gonna finish up and bring snacks back to the capsule hotel. But she'll log that, especially because, you know, it is a very kind of like Irish hat.
I'm so annoyed that none of these figures have popped up yet. I know
It's
they're
all good.
coming, but they're not here yet. Yes, they are breathing hard.
Hey, can I ask a question? Just as a player and not as a character.
Yes.
Could that hat be like her dad's, or maybe his like gang's hat type shit?
I will say this. She's wearing the same type of hat. Just in the same color and everything as Ripper is wearing.
Interesting.
And
A cruise.
And you saw the two guys who showed up when you were dealing with the lab with the Ark. They were wearing the same hat as well. So yeah, we're gonna push this a little long because it is about time. Nix, you
No worries. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. Well, you
No, I just wanted to say sorry. No, go along.
Okay, so you go ahead and you start grabbing food and so on. Okay, and while you're doing this, you hear the sound of well, you hear Razmataz's voice. Come on now, take a drink. Look at you. Look at the size of you. Certainly, you could probably drink 3 or 4 of them. And you hear a very irritated, gruff voice say, "Shut your stinking hole." And you hear the sounds of a machine being shot. And the other people who are around here start moving toward the back, and very nervously, everyone's sort of getting down. Getting down. Boogie. No, they're everyone's hitting the deck at that point. And you slowly turn and you see a large, brutish individual who's wearing, like, he's got enough clothes to say he's wearing clothes, but honestly, it's his body hair that's doing most of the covering. Got a full...
Oh, gosh.
He has basically the same kind of lamb chops, but he's also got the connecting mustache as Ripper. Red hair. Short. Wearing boots and pants. And a cap. A very familiar looking cap. And he has just finished shooting the Razmataz machine, and it's... And as you hear that, you look, and you see on top of this man's head, as he's pulling an assault rifle and started pointing it at the lady behind the counter, a cap very much like yours. Red. And that's where we will end it.
A red cap.
Yes, a real furry. Yes. But I hope everyone had fun. I hope you enjoyed this. We will definitely be starting in a much more intense action sequence next month. Well, not this coming Monday, but the Monday after that. And yeah, this is slowly going to start to heat up, and it's going to get more and more intense. I hope you had fun. Thank you, Culture Nerd. It looks like you had fun. That's always great. Always great to hear. Is anybody going to continue sticking around or anything? I think not.
No, I'm going to be calling it as well.
Yep.
Is there
So
anybody?
I'm gonna go end.
Yeah. I don't think I actually have anybody to rate at the moment. Yeah. Absolutely. I hope you come back, not this coming Monday, but the next Monday. Also, this Thursday, if you enjoy the Cyberpunk Red game that I run, please come and join us for the Monster Squad as they have a lovely little fight in a warehouse filled with, oddly enough, blue Razmataz. Weird. Seems to be a connection. Also, Wednesday.
And hey, if you do, you'll be able to see me.
Yes, that's right. Whiteout will be playing a squirrel named Hazelnut, who's also a netrunner, and who feels really, really bad about that person's face that they melted off.
Oh, don't remind me.
Good night, Culture Nerd. Also Wednesday, check out Diamond Dust 320's stream content on Twitch, because then I will get to play, and I get to play Copperhead, and I'll be having so much fun. Right. Beyond that, because for some reason or another, while I have written a whole intro, I've never written an outro. Goodbye.